What?
Felicidades. We are live.
We are?
Yeah.
We're live now.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it goes. AEW gives it their all. Oh my god. Fucking.
I was gonna title it "Where on the World is Chris San Diego?" question mark. But no, apparently nobody gives a shit about what I do.
No, nobody gives a shit.
Call it Chrissy, California.
Hit play on the video just to see if
It was.
did.
Yeah, we did.
No, apparently nobody gives a shit.
So I'm just gonna share it on the YouTubes.
On my
On
face.
my face.
What is all this crap that's popping up? Okay, go away. Go away.
I look nothing like Travis, by the way.
You don't. Yeah, I know.
Travis kind of looks like Chris from work.
A little bit. Or you're just racist.
A little racist. Okay. Share to. And newsfeed and story. I put story. Cannot share on story. Then don't fucking make it an option. Tell you.
I picked a good beer. It's already kicking in.
Already. Chingado.
Let it wait.
I'm almost there.
It's not lighting up for whatever reason, but we'll run with it.
About to be all out of here if we don't.
You took your time posting your shit.
Live.
We'll do it live, pal. Robble. Yeah. So nothing. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 40 years old now. I don't get scared by fucking like Halloween shit. I get scared of my accounts overdrawn 35 grand when I'm not at home.
You got an email from your car place. Oh, thank you for paying off. What?
Yeah, I got an email. We appreciate your feedback. I was like, feedback for what? You still got 4.5 years, fool.
Because you donated a wing to a hospital.
Oh my God. That's the last thing. To a hospital's the last thing I want to do.
That's an expensive ass wing. What is this? Pluggers?
As long as it has that Dr. Pepper rub.
Oh man. So let's do it. Live from the landing strip in Houston, Texas. This is the 387th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
That's Arnold.
This is Travis.
Shit.
Beer.
That's Arnold. That's Chris.
And this is what's going to be polluting his brain in a little bit.
What is it? Say what it is.
Hazy Wonder IPA from Lagunitas.
Hey, they don't pay us.
Yet.
I'll be up there in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So if y'all want anything from the Pro Wrestling Tees store, tell me ahead of time and send me money.
Oh man,
I want that Adam Cole shirt.
get out the fucking list.
That Brian Danielson plain white tee.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're watching us.
Oh yes.
You with the water. Is that like alkaline water that you're on?
This is his. This is his. That's just fancy bougie water because he's a bougie. If you're watching this live, thank you so much. Log into your YouTube account. That way you can follow along with us and chat in the live chat. You can say hi, ask questions, fact check us, talk shit, do whatever.
Talk a shit.
Talk the shit.
This is what happens when we don't record on Thursdays.
Yeah,
Our game's
everything
all
gets
thrown
thrown out.
The
Yeah.
sun's still out.
Yeah.
My boobs are still hard.
Yeah. If you're not watching us live, that's okay. You can still interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio.
The same every day.
Now,
we're here to talk about All Out because apparently a lot of shit happened.
hi, Jojo.
A lot of shit.
Jojo! Yeah! You, Jojo. You got to give me one word
One word.
for Punk's return against Darby Allin.
No.
For the match.
I know where you were going with that.
For the match.
In general, just
Okay.
seeing Punk in the ring.
Okay.
It's clobbering time. Go.
Nostalgic. And that is the best compliment I could give that because I didn't think the match was amazing. I thought it was but it was cool seeing Punk wrestle and watching it live. I was like, oh, this is kind of a downer of a match. Like, it wasn't that great. I didn't realize until people started posting it after the fact that it was a tribute to Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid, which being one of the biggest Bret Hart marks I know,
you weren't thinking it.
I didn't fucking recognize that.
Yeah.
You're
feeling himself outmatched because I don't think he was feeling out. What's up, Elias? I don't think he was feeling out Darby. I think he was feeling out himself. And like, Darby showed flashes of what he could do where he put it into that extra high gear, but then he had to slow down for Punk. So I felt like Punk was kind of slowing down in the match, but it was his first match in 7 years. So, okay, I hope that Punk can like get up to the speed of everybody else on the AEW roster.
On Dynamite?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But like, after the newness and the novelty of Punk being back wears off, it's like, bro, you gotta do better, man. Like his matches, that match wasn't all that great. Did it tell a good story? Was it a nice throwback? Was it a nod to the greats of the past? Yes, but you slowed down Darby, you know, and that's not what I want to see out of Darby, you know.
Well, it's something new for Darby because even in his last match on Rampage or Dynamite
with Garcia.
Yes, it was a different Darby than we had seen. It was more of like a technical shit, you know, not more fucking Jackass 4. This was like more of a technical wrestling, which why I actually liked what Punk did with him. But you literally, I was smiling because you fucking stole the word and like thought
a new word.
Me.
Well, here I'll give you time for a new word. Jojo said, "aged."
Damn.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel it.
Yeah.
I get it. And then Elias said,
worked.
Yeah. Como?
I don't know. I want him to expound.
We're gonna have to watch his show. I think he already gave his review before.
Oh, did he? Motherfucker has his own show.
Yeah.
Oh,
drop the name in there. We'll throw it out. Classic is probably a word you might want to use. Do I need to break out the thesaurus? I am the writer in
no.
You know, I wouldn't use the word classic because I don't think that I'm going to look back on this match 20 years from now and be like, man, that's like Flair Steamboat.
Reverie?
No.
His gears turning like
no, still because I think
nostalgic
is the word because
it worked.
Yeah,
okay.
Because it wasn't bad.
Two words, cool.
It's kind of like how I described earlier before we were recording the new song that Thrice put out. They didn't put it out as a signal. They just put it out because, hey, the CD's coming out next week. Here's another little.
It's got elements of everything.
Yeah,
it's got mellow Thrice. It's got a good riffy Thrice. It has raspy Dustin screaming at the end Thrice.
It's got a good mid-album feel.
Yeah.
This match had a good mid-card feel. But to bring back CM Punk into a mid-card, I was struggling, man, because my mind wanted to be like, oh, man, they're headlining. They're main eventing.
They're in Chicago.
Yeah. But then I really, really, really thought about it, and it's just kind of perfect the way they did it because he didn't do too much. He didn't blow his load. He didn't do all the crazy. It's a good little, good start. Fucking, like you said, 7 years since you wrestled last. Over 7 years.
One other negative thing I'm gonna say about this match, and then I'll shut up with.
Why are you wearing that shirt, then, fool?
Because I still like Punk, right?
Sure.
So I could not like a match and still like the wrestler.
Yeah.
But
she raped the guy.
And this is what? This is gonna be the last negative thing I say about the match because other than that, I thought it was good. I think that it didn't make Darby as a star as much as I thought it would. Yeah. If anything, it exposed Darby as not being ready. Because like you always could come out and you'll say, oh, sometimes you could, in a losing effort, just still look badass and go straight to the move.
NXT is a perfect example of that.
And they tried to pull that off with Darby getting a couple of near falls and then getting out of the GTS a couple of times. But at the end of the day, the one with the bigger dick was Punk, and Darby didn't get that feel of that rub like, oh man, he's really big, tough shit because he almost beat Punk. It was like, well, he always beat Punk because obviously he's not. Like, he really was Bret Hart versus 1 2 3 Kid. 1 2 3 Kid never really got to that level where Punk or Bret Hart did. And then he became 6, came back as X-Pac. Even then, he was never main event material. No. He was never, fucking world champ.
And maybe Darby
people loved him.
Maybe Darby won't be either.
Exactly. But there was a point in there in the lead up where we were thinking, shit, this is really big for Darby. Oh my God, they're going to put a rocket on Darby's back and send him to the moon.
You see, I never thought that.
And
when he first came back, when they singled out Darby, I'm like, okay, cool. It's kind of like on WoW when you level up with the fucking little shit. Yeah. And you go up to, fight the bigger cats. Oh. So
Jojo said aged is not bad. Wine gets better with age.
That is cool. True.
That's what he meant.
What bothered me was this is my last time. It reminded me of Rey Mysterio having to wear a shirt. Punk having to wear pants.
Yeah.
Not aesthetically.
You didn't like the pants?
Didn't like the pants.
You rather him be in chones?
Chones all the way. I want to see those thighs.
You don't even fucking wear chones. You ain't wearing anything now.
Nope.
Chris, what about you?
I just kept thinking about Paul Heyman the entire time. These words are going to be etched on my urn before it gets thrown over the Golden Gate Bridge. Accentuate the positives, hide the negatives. Do you guys want to see, after 7 years, CM Punk gassed after 5 minutes?
No.
That didn't play to Punk's weaknesses. It played to Darby's strength. He mentioned it earlier with the Daniel Garcia match. Yeah. Darby's becoming more of a chameleon than people are giving him credit for. That he can do more than one style, that he's adaptable. All you see is like half skeleton, half like anorexic boy. You don't see that in the ring. He actually doesn't have to go 100 miles an hour with everybody. He doesn't have to do the flips with everybody. He doesn't have to do the pinball with everybody. Sometimes he can be just as much a bumper as somebody else can. And I like the fact that the match was over and Punk wasn't gasping for breath with his mouth wide open. Yeah. He looked like that match could have gone another 10 minutes. Yeah. And it would have been not stellar, but it would have been consistent. The beginning was consistent. The middle was consistent. The end was consistent. They both had the same amount of energy throughout, and it felt like they could have kept going. If we would have done this 2 weeks ago, my prediction would have been to alleviate your opinion. There's one thing that they've rarely done, and one of the few times they did it was with Darby. I would have had this gone 20-minute draw.
Yes. I was talking that over with the girls right before we watched the pay-per-view. I said the only way that this can be good or have a good outcome is if it was a draw, because I don't want Darby to lose. I don't want Punk to lose. Have it be a 20-minute draw. Darby takes Punk to the limit and surprises everybody. That's what's going to make people go, wow, this Darby, he's good. But with the straight up win just like that, now I don't feel like Darby's stock rose. I think Darby's stock has just kind of been the same.
To channel my inner Travis.
Yeah.
I wasn't in Chicago, so I don't really give a fuck about them. You don't have to give them everything they want. They had Ruby Soho. They had Adam Cole. They had Bryan Danielson. If this would have gone a draw, hey, don't chant for 5 more minutes. Pay for the next fucking pay-per-view. That's how it's supposed to be done. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I told Abel this yesterday. Fun fact, this was the first pay-per-view I've ever purchased in my life.
Ever?
You're
not even working.
I grew up with freaking
static in between the channels.
Statute of limitations, but yes,
you get a boob and a half for a second.
Yeah, exactly. So I watched it all. I know we had free pay-per-view. It was fun. And then when we didn't, I stopped watching wrestling. And for a while when I got back into wrestling when I met you in 2011.
Yeah, the network.
No, not yet. I would go.
Still in the network.
I would go with my little nephew to Wings and More back in the day. I would watch.
So did we. Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. And then when that went away, the network came around. Yeah. So I never fucking paid for pay-per-views. Wow. So this one I was like, all right. So AEW ain't got no network. How much is it?
60.
How much is it?
Yeah,
You get
6
And
4
then
hours.
I made the mistake
of
getting the wrong feed. For the same price, I got the non-HD version.
Ah, pendejo.
It was still fine, but it wasn't like.
Since you didn't watch it in HD, you didn't see all the stretch marks in Punk's tights.
I didn't.
Fuck me, dude. So that's like 0 stars now for that match.
Yeah, no, I didn't. But either way, like it was still. I fucking had a blast.
I'm about to ruin y'all's parade
Okay.
because
It wasn't necessarily a parade.
well, we haven't really left the parking lot yet.
Yes.
That's my match of the night. Because
What?
and here's
Oh,
why.
my God.
There's a reason why you're
Really?
labeled that guy in our chat.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why.
No.
You got 3 hours and 30 minutes of like 8 pinballs going off at once. And then you got 20 minutes of classic Miss Pac-Man on the tabletop arcade at Pizza Hut. This is the conundrum that AEW is going to be facing. And I'm looking at Abel when I ask this question. Do you still want an alternative to WWE, or do you want alternate WWE? Because right now, with the Young Bucks, with Kenny Omega, with Christian, with Jungle Boy, with Darby Allin, it's. But now you're bringing in Bryan Danielson. Now you're bringing in CM Punk. Now you got Malachi Black. People that don't go 100 miles an hour. They tell stories in 15 to 25 minutes. What do you want?
What I want is good wrestling.
Yes.
I really don't give a shit right now if it's alternate WWE, if it's an alternative WWE. I don't care. What I want is something good. One thing that I'm a little disappointed that you didn't do is you asked us for one word for the CM Punk match. I wish that you said one word for All Out.
Which you always do at the pay-per-view.
So, Arnold, one word to describe All Out.
Beer while y'all talking.
Perfection.
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 Oh.
That pay-per-view had everything. Had every kind of match you could think of. Had all the feels. It had your boom boom chingazo match, fucking Miro and Kingston.
Chingazo.
Yeah, it had your fucking it had your the women fucking balling out. I love the Casino Battle Royale.
I did like that too.
It had, and we'll get to it, the match. And then it had the main event, and then it had a bunch of shit, and it had your pee break, the Big Show.
Yeah,
that was the only thing.
So
but that's actually it. Ended up perfect because in that match, I went to go do shit.
Arnold, why don't you ask me that same question?
One word for All Out,
to
fool.
describe All Out.
Passion.
See,
I think that you saw the passion come into the fan base, the passion come back into the wrestlers, the passion into everybody else that's kind of involved with it. There was so much passion going into and coming out of it for the entire IWC, for everybody fucking involved. My personal passion for wrestling has come back because of all this going on. Because, I could fucking be like, oh, man, we're going to record. Oh, well, I didn't watch this. I didn't watch that, whatever. This was the first time in a long time I was excited, genuinely, for a pay-per-view. That was like, man, I need to watch this.
I need to get my ass home to watch it.
Like, if we did a anticipation episode and you would have asked me, overall, what's your anticipation level for this? I would have been at a fucking 11. For the overall, for the whole show, there may have been some 8s, 9s, but a couple of 10s.
And a 5,
Yeah.
white, QT.
Yeah.
That was a 1.
But
and it still didn't meet expectations.
Yeah. But like overall, I really wanted to watch this show. And overall, coming out of it, my passion for wrestling was reignited. So I don't give a shit if it's old WWE guys that are coming back. I don't give a shit if it's alternate WWE. I don't give a shit if it's, fucking alternate New Japan or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Whatever it is, I don't care. I fucking like it.
Yes.
I don't give a shit about people trying to turn this into WCW marks versus AEW marks. No, I'm a fucking wrestling fan, and they have the best wrestling right now.
Preach.
So I'm gonna watch their product and I'm gonna enjoy it the same way I did in 2003, 4, 5. When TNA was the best fucking wrestling product. And I love TNA.
Ring of Honor.
Well, okay. Yeah. I can give that to you.
But here's
But
the
the same
biggest
thing. I'd watch fucking both of them.
Here's the biggest cherry on top.
Okay.
It isn't really a fucking debate.
I don't think
What do you mean?
Because you ask the old man himself, the walking corpse, he will tell you it is not pro wrestling. It is sports entertainment.
Yes.
They make movies,
Yes.
so there's no reason to be comparing WWE with AEW. So there's no anybody that has that kind of opinion.
Here's why I think that's
hypocrisy.
Here's why I think that's actually a very smart thing.
Nah, bro. AAA has the best wrestling. Okay.
So Vince McMahon is fine.
James way.
Vince McMahon will know. Okay, wrestling wise, can't compete. It's two different things. But okay, fine. Go wrestling fans. Go over there.
Mhm.
Y'all don't make me my money. Half of y'all stream them on Fight TV and shit. Half of them y'all watch them a week later on fucking YouTube and shit.
Yeah.
The money's with the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
WWE is their own thing, and that's fine. And your fucking dads. I'm fine. I still love WWE.
Dude,
I got no shame in saying it.
I play
What
Xbox.
is this?
I play Xbox and I play
Mind games.
Nintendo.
Yes.
I'll play the adult games and I play the kid games.
What's
I like them both.
What's this?
Mind Haze, double IPA.
Okay. What was that?
That was Hazy Wonder single IPA.
Are they the same company?
Nope.
They're different companies.
Yeah.
And then they're both.
Did
fucking
you like
good.
them?
Love
It goes
them
in
Yeah.
my mouth and down my pee-pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You paid money for both of them?
Technically, I didn't pay for either of them.
Well, theoretically.
Would.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody
then-
did.
Well, then, so
Yeah.
I'm drinking fucking water. This,
Oh, yeah.
I drink it. I like it. So
Yeah.
Who gives a
Detour.
shit?
It's a
I'm,
great fucking
Detour. I'm liking
Dude,
Roman
I-
Reigns just as much as I'm liking Kenny Omega.
Yes.
we had Pizza
I'm liking
Hut.
Nakamura just as much as I'm liking Darby Allin.
We had Pizza Hut before we started recording, but if I came here
I'm
and
at
you had
Papa John's tomorrow.
exactly,
Papa
so
John's tonight.
shit, fuck, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I
if
literally
it's
left-
good and you like it, fucking do what you want to do.
If you
man.
ever go back to San Francisco, Golden Boy Pizza,
Okay,
you will not be disappointed.
I left 2 wrestling groups after All Out
okay,
on Facebook.
Too much
why?
diddling.
You know why? Because they can't have a good AEW pay-per-view while saying, yeah, see, that's because it's better than WWE. I don't give a fuck.
One
don't
doesn't
care.
the one doesn't have much to do
Yeah,
with
oh,
the other.
WWE's scared. No, they're not. No, they're not. And that's fine. Dude, AEW just bad right now. That's what I watch right now.
Yeah.
I legit watch AEW this week and didn't watch anything else.
Me
And
either.
and that's okay. Next week I'll watch Raw if I want to, or SmackDown if I want to. No, I'm lying. I did watch SmackDown. It was fucking amazing. So there you go. Another reason. Another thing. SmackDown is still badass as it ever was. This is the best SmackDown I've seen in years. I'm talking about since the Fist.
I really wish I would have watched it then
Yeah.
because I on purpose just skipped SmackDown and waited to Rampage and I
Yeah.
watched Rampage.
No, it was
You could have watched both. Fool.
I could have, but I wanted to play some video games.
No, it was great. And I'm not saying like
Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm almost done.
Oh,
I beat the story mode and now I'm just in like the extra where I'm just trying to level up and get all the extra goodies and all that shit. So yeah, God, that game is so good.
And when I say the SmackDown there was nothing to like write about. It was just like watching. It was like fuck, dude. Had a big time field. It was in Madison Square Garden, and they brought it to Madison Square Garden. Fucking Brock came out, Becky looking like a rock star, Finn, like everybody just fucking brought it. Like it was great to watch. It was like cool.
Elias agrees with you in the live chat. SmackDown showed last night that WWE can still bring the heat.
Mm-hmm.
They're just lazy with Raw, which is fine because this time last year it was the other way around.
there's somebody in your family you don't like. They're Raw.
Yeah. I bought tickets to Raw for next month, and I can't wait to go.
Puto!
I got caught in the moment of
There's that four ticket $99 offer that I'm sitting on. I might just because I like to hurt myself sometimes.
Yeah,
it's cheaper than suicide. Yeah.
So, do you have a word to describe All Out?
Incomplete.
Oh, incomplete.
Again,
why?
I didn't get tickets to All Out, and at that point, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just put it behind me because I didn't think everything that was gonna happen happened.
You know what's crazy?
You know, as soon as the story was being told to me that Adam Page was no longer in the title picture, I stopped looking at StubHub. I stopped looking at Ticketmaster. I stopped looking at everything. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make plans to do the family thing. I got a whole week off. You know what? I'm gonna fill the void with something. I broke Scott's heart. He's still picking up the pieces. He's got a couple left on the floor. First pay-per-view, first AEW ever show that we didn't watch together. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just take this 1 week to unplug. Yeah, unplug my brain from pro wrestling, and every time my timeline came in was everything AEW. So I already knew what the show was about, and you know what happens when you put stuff behind. Yeah. I wasn't gonna watch it on my phone. I was gonna wait to come here. Which is why plans changed. That by the time I had made time today, it was like, there's a lot of stuff here that people weren't talking about loud enough for me to make time for. So all I saw was Punk, Darby, Young Bucks, Lucha Bros, and the main event with Christian and fucking Kenny Omega and all the aftermath that happened. I squeezed in Dynamite and I squeezed in Rampage. But that was all that I heard that the people were talking about.
Okay.
So prove me wrong. Give me something I didn't watch.
That you didn't watch?
Yeah, the Women's Battle Royal.
Women's Battle Royal was great.
That was really good.
It was really, really good.
I know. Kind of obvious that Ruby was going to win.
Now I've officially been to a wrestling show with you and your friends. Y'all don't like women's wrestling. It's fine.
It's not that. It's not that. It's sometimes it's good to go out of the box. Like, okay, Ruby Soho's debuting. Fine, she's winning. I already knew that. Like, if you would have done Anna Jay or Tay Conti, I would have been like, hey, I need to go back and watch this.
I really
If it was Layla Hirsch, oh, shit.
I really thought Thunder Rosa was going to win.
Should have won.
I don't think she should have won. I thought she was.
Ruby shouldn't have won it.
I'm okay with Ruby winning
it. We've already got Bryan Danielson trying to talk up to Kenny Omega. We got Ruby Soho already with a title shot. It's too fucking soon for this. The rankings not exist. We still need to go by the rules. That's why Punk didn't fight fucking Kenny Omega all out.
I mean that makes sense.
It's some of it's too
but
obvious.
She's still sometimes. See, that's
Ruby's
the thing.
Already the best wrestler on the fucking division.
Yeah, but to us. The show is not to us. The show is for everybody. There's still people that don't understand what potential Ruby Soho has.
I think that's the beauty of AEW. AEW acknowledges the fact that these people come from other places and they acknowledge their history.
They don't do what WWE does and make them start at the fucking bottom.
And they say like Jedi mind trick you and say all the shit they've done doesn't matter. But they don't do that.
This is probably the worst thing I'm gonna say about AEW tonight. Malachi Black. Has he lost since he's been in AEW?
No.
I don't think so.
Miro, has he lost since he's been in AEW?
No.
CM Punk, has he lost since he's been in AEW?
No, it's one match.
Yeah, but do you see the pattern that all he's done? That's where I'm saying it's kind of too fucking obvious. The same thing that we talked about last time. If Joe and Angle would have gone to a draw or something to show, dude, Minoru Suzuki showed up. Did he win? Nah. AEW went over. Like it's.
I think New Japan Pro Wrestling is the only place to get away with the draw.
Nope, not at all. They got it. They got it. No one knew what a Darby Allin was until he and Cody tore it up.
Yeah, Jungle Boy also came to a draw too. They were
doing
that in
the draws
AEW.
But the fact that every WWE person comes in and right off the bat they're winning, they're not losing. They're already being shot up. And are we forgetting? Are we forgetting Jungle Boy? Are we forgetting Darby? Are we forgetting fucking?
I get your point.
You see, and that's the part where it's like, all right, okay, so now Bray's coming. So he's not going to lose for 6 to 9 months. Oh, wait, who else is coming that they're not going to lose for the next 9 months?
And
at some point, it's going to be running out.
But you're saying this, but while you're in WWE, God, why are they driving them out? Why are they losing? Blah, blah, blah. You come and win them. God, why are they winning? You're never happy. You're unhappy?
And this goes back to what I just said 5 minutes ago. I don't give a shit. I don't care if, the WWE guy's coming back, the WWE rejects. No. I don't care because my one word, passion. My passion is back.
So
because of these people.
I was going to say I can define it without a single word. It won't be a single word. It's a phrase.
Okay.
It reminded me of why I love wrestling.
Okay, cool. Yes, that's kind of where I'm coming from with the passion thing. Now, I see your point. Looking down the road. Does that mean Adam Page doesn't have anywhere to go now?
Kingston should have at least beat Miro.
Does that mean Kingston
has at least been a draw?
Does that mean Jungle Boy has? Are all these lower card guys going to play a backseat to the fucking WWE guys?
And that's what it
maybe, but it hasn't happened yet, and I'm hopeful that AEW will learn from TNA, learn from WCW, where they won't make that mistake. They're setting themselves up for that mistake, but it hasn't happened yet. And I see your fear. because we've been through that trauma before. We have. We're in a very toxic relationship.
You've been gone for years, so you're not in this level of depression.
No, I've been with the E for so long that I'm used to companies failing. So I'm just like,
yeah,
dude. Perfect example. It's a year and a half in, and I'm only now a fucking AEW mark because I was like, hold on, I'm gonna not hold my breath on it because, marks don't make money. Honestly,
yeah,
they don't. There's the reason why they're going to the fucking Fertitta Center, not the Toyota Center.
Yeah.
Yet, if they keep doing what they're doing, they'll be at the fucking at the goddamn Compaq Center.
Does it matter if they don't go there?
Yes, it does matter because
why?
Because
you just mentioned it earlier that people aren't happy with anything. I mean, if Xbox sold more than PlayStation, doesn't mean PlayStation's a failure. No. They're both making money.
What I'm saying is to survive as an actual business, you got to grow. And this is a great start for AEW.
Yes.
Raw was at that Manhattan Center for fucking years. Now they're at fucking Toyota Center, right?
Yeah.
And then Nitro was fucking Mall of America to start, and they used to go to the fucking Astrodome. You know what I mean? Like, you got to start and then you grow. This is perfect. Now, if you keep doing what you're doing, AEW is going to fucking grow massively.
Which we don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it for what it is right now, this week, this month. For what's going on right now, I thought it was fucking amazing. Am I afraid for Jungle Boy? Am I afraid for Darby? Am I afraid for
girls?
Yeah.
I do like women's wrestling, by the way.
No,
you might have seen something different because Travis is like brainwashing
I will
Scott
never go with your friends to wrestling ever again. Just putting that out there. Your friends are nice people. They're nice people. Scott, Travis, nice people.
They're fine people.
They're fine people, as our former leader would say.
I'm just jaded as fuck now.
No, I get it. I get that you're jaded.
Exactly. But you know who wasn't jaded? The kid 2 rows from y'all. Y'all kind of ruined the show for her. You know what I mean? Like those 2 kids. The guy showing his dad about the kid.
No, I was rooting for the people in front of us that deserved it.
Guys.
Yeah, they should have stayed at home snorting coke and watching Duck Dynasty. Yeah, and they were talking trash about us.
Yeah. There was a. Yeah.
I don't think Joe Osteen will let them live in the old Compaq Center.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is like there was a dad and his kid a couple rows back. They were really fucking excited.
Yeah.
And then the guys to my left, which will be unnamed. We were kind of fucking shitting on the show a lot, and I'm just like,
yeah, they were.
I was like,
I wasn't.
I don't have to be here if y'all don't.
I wasn't shitting on it like they were.
You were. That's why
I put you. But that's why I sat between you and them because I didn't want you to.
Did. Because I was like, bro, I was this close to being like, hey, y'all can fucking leave if y'all don't want to be here.
But I'm not afraid of the girls. For the girls.
Yeah.
Because I feel like their division, despite that Ruby Soho is a WWE person, to me, Ruby doesn't have the WWE stink as much as other people do. Yep. Because Ruby kind of never got to where I felt she should have been in WWE. So her getting released and moved over to AEW was good for her. And I don't feel like it's like, another WWE person came back, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, I feel like she always was Ruby Soho when she was Ruby Riott, but they just didn't let her be Ruby Soho. And now that she's out, cool. Dude. Let's see her on the indies. And the indie happens to be AEW. That's how I feel about her.
She's going to bring up the Anna Jays, the Tay Contis, the fucking Penelope Ford, who's fucking trash in the ring, but has that fucking it factor.
The other chick.
Oh, my God, Red Velvet.
She's got so much. Oh, dude, she's got potential, but she has some bad botches.
That's what I mean. She's got potential. She has that thing. Penelope Ford has that potential.
And Jade Cargill.
You missed.
You
look, the reason why I'm so excited about that match too is because for the last 3 weeks or so before All Out, people are like, oh yeah, but AEW's women's division is kind of bleh. That Casino Battle Royal showed to me, oh shit, these people are wrong because they just filled up a ring with 21 women that are all really badass. I mean, some more than others, but that like, oh fuck, they have Statlander, they have Baker, they have Rebel, they have
Baker. Oh
Jamie Hayter.
That was my second match of the night. The Royal Rumble match of the night.
Yeah, they had all these chicks, and I was like, okay, there's more here than what I thought. The feeling that I got from that was the feeling that I had 2 years ago about NXT, where it's like, I'm not gonna fucking watch NXT. But then when you watch the takeover, it's like, holy fuck, I forgot they actually have good shit. Yeah. That's what I felt about the women's division in AEW.
Here's where I'm gonna try to put him in his place.
Okay.
Let's watch this.
All right.
All the women, 21. You like them all, huh? They were good?
Yes.
It's better.
Are you willing to add 5 hours of AEW on your diet to watch them all every week?
If I'm replacing WWE with it, maybe. Yes.
If I'm taking out Raw, I will gladly fucking put it.
But
I did not watch Raw. I did not watch SmackDown. I did not watch NXT at all this week.
I haven't watched Raw in like a month.
I watched All Out. I watched Dynamite, and I watched Rampage, and I watched Black.
Are you replacing
Dark? Excuse me, Dark.
Racist.
Black.
Are you replacing what you're cutting out of your wrestling diet with other wrestling food, or are you doing it with other things in your life?
No, I a little bit of both. So like I am cutting back on the wrestling in general, but when I watch it, I'm not wasting my time with it. Like I'm not like, okay, I gotta sit through Raw. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to watch Raw, so I'm not gonna watch Raw. I'm gonna fucking do whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm gonna watch Dynamite. I'm gonna watch Rampage. Shit, I'll go on YouTube and watch Dark if I want to. Because
Which I fucking did this
dude,
past week.
Sky Blue was fucking tearing it up, dude, on
Yeah,
Dark.
she was cool.
Yeah, I'm marked out for Sky Blue, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, because of little clips that I see on YouTube from Dark, and I can't wait to watch Dark from. God, I wish they tape when I'm in Universal next month. But
they're Universal
right now.
Right now,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're doing what WCW Worldwide used to do.
Again,
downstage.
And it's because I got fired up about it.
Yeah,
I felt that passion.
I was
that
the same way about the women's division of WWE. I'm like, dude, AEW is getting better. They got all the like cool indie big names, but their women's wrestling is trash compared to WWE, compared to NXT and SmackDown. But now I'm looking at it. I'm just looking at the roster. That one girl, fucking tall girl with her fucking tights look like Rey Mysterio.
Jamie Hayter.
Yes, god damn, she's good.
Yeah.
And like, but what I say, the most over. Not even male, female. The most over superstar on the roster is fucking Britt Baker.
DMD.
Dude.
Bitch.
Yeah. So, like, it's a very exciting time to be a wrestling fan in general, but a very good time to be an AEW. Like,
so is this the shift?
No.
Thank you.
Is AEW now your priority of wrestling?
Yes.
Oh, priority? Yes. I wouldn't say a shift as far as like, whenever I hear words like shift, I think of like my friends on Facebook that I have that are just like those guys, like, oh, WWE's going out of business. Oh, they're scared. No, they're not going out of business.
Vince McMahon's going to get rid of the company in 18 months and he ain't going to give a fuck.
It's not a shift in the culture of like, oh my God, AEW's going to be the bigger product. No. But yes, I'm watching AEW a lot more now. So yeah, fuck yeah.
I think tickets go on sale for Dynamite or Raw. What are you getting tickets for? Dynamite or Royal Rumble? What are you getting tickets for?
Dynamite.
Royal Rumble. I'm a Royal Rumble more.
All Out or WrestleMania? What are you getting tickets for first?
All Out.
I'm not there yet.
I would buy both, of course, but I'm buying All Out first. Especially by now. Yeah. I would think next year All Out would either be in the United Center in Chicago or in the fucking football field.
Now, if you did WrestleMania versus Rampage, WrestleMania. Royal Rumble versus,
Takeover versus Rampage, I'll go to Takeover.
Takeover or Full Gear?
Takeover.
Takeover or Double or Nothing?
Double or nothing.
It's the ties.
That's fucking beautiful.
This isn't anti-WWE.
It's
pro AEW.
Yes.
Because
just because Black Lives Matter doesn't mean the others don't.
Because
it's
pro,
not anti.
The way that I hope AEW learned their lesson from TNA and WCW, I've learned my lesson from TNA and WCW. I am not going to play the fucking tribalism and say, well, if you like WWE, you can't like it. No, I'm going to say, I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I'm going to like what I want to like.
Dude, if NWA Power was on fucking the CW, I'd watch it.
If it was free on YouTube, I'd be watching it now.
Yes, exactly. If I had access to NWA, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'll make that part. I'll replace the NWA.
Dude, Murdoch's the heavyweight champ right now.
Which I'm like,
Oh, see, I haven't been invested.
No,
that's the thing.
That's why.
That's the thing.
See, like what I was saying.
See, now that you've been invested in the last couple of months, everything in All Out paid off for you, which could have been AWA.
NWA's women's division is by far fucking superior than their men's division. That's which is crazy. You never had that dynamic.
Yeah.
But if I had it readily available, if they were on TNT, if they were on TV, if they were on the Food Network, I don't give a fuck. If they were on my package,
have them look like they belong on Food Network. You see tires on there.
if they were readily available to me, I would watch NWA right now and be like, fuck yeah, I love wrestling.
Jojo in the live chat says, I like turtles.
That's Darby Allin all grown up.
So here's the part where I have to ask, which one? Leo, Mike, Don, Raph, or Slash?
Don.
Slash.
Wait a minute. Why did I say Don? Mikey.
Slash.
Who the
Crooked
fuck-
Sword?
Fucking Slash.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all ain't that old,
Classic,
is you?
buddy.
Oh, yeah. I
I
don't
thought it
know.
was
Oh,
a classic
come on
before-
now.
Before
See, man. Nah.
the
See?
Painters.
See? Classic. Old people speak. They don't want to talk about the new stuff. That's all right. You stay in your corner. You stay in your lane.
Jojo says Mikey.
Yes, Mikey.
What's your match of the night?
Match of the night, week, month, year. The best cage match I've ever seen in my life.
One.
No. We have to ask the question. Is this match better than Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa Hardcore Rules that main evented Dynamite earlier in the year?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt.
He stole my fucking thunder. But yeah, I was definitely going to come and say, fuck it. That's my match of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's my front runner to win the whole goddamn
This
year.
match had my 6-year-old daughter and my wife marking the fuck out in the living room with me.
They pulled out
They
some
were
shit.
both like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Huh?
I have one nit to pick, and it's my only gripe with the match.
The cage sucked.
No.
The cage
No,
was great.
I like that the cage
I
kind of
like that
sucks.
too.
I was
Yeah.
scared for them.
When Penta got
Yeah, me
stuck,
too. Yeah.
Penta got stuck, I was like, I don't think that's
When Ray
supposed to happen.
reverse hit it, and you saw it go,
The shit
whoa.
go
I'm like,
whoa.
oh,
I was
fuck.
like, oh my
That's
God.
old
Yeah.
school 70s,
Yeah.
80s
Yeah.
horseman
yeah,
shit.
I was scared.
Chicken
for them.
wire fucking cage.
My one nit to pick on this match, the one nit to pick is at the end when Ray goes up to the top. Penta kind of motions him to go up there, and he goes up there, and you saw Ray kind of like hesitated, and the hesitation I think was a good opportunity for like story-based shit. Like, oh man, I don't know if I should pull this off. This is kind of high. And then Penta was down there with the Bucks, and he kind of grabbed the Bucks. And what I wanted him to do was give reassurance to his little brother.
Yeah.
Say, come on, it's okay. But he didn't do that.
Good. No, but he did that. He did that later on in the match.
Right.
Or
No, this is
earlier on in the match.
But he didn't do that then, and it made it just look like, okay, we're waiting.
Yeah.
He waited.
But all I needed was that extra half second of Penta saying, come on, man, I got you.
And this is my nit to pick on that. Just that dive is that the spoiled version of me wanted a little rotation on that flip.
Which will add to my obvious gripe that I've had for every cage match, which is...
Hey, you always have to jump off the top of the cage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen...
Without it would have been fine.
I would have... Yeah, exactly.
It didn't need
I
it.
would have loved to have seen Phoenix run the ropes and then fucking matrix off both the walls and then do some kind of
I
crazy...
did think somebody was gonna do
something
like
out
that,
of the ordinary that you don't see in every fucking cage match that's on television.
Now this is...
That's it. That's the only one.
That was a high fucking cage.
Oh my God.
God damn,
That's got to have been the highest cage I've ever fucking seen.
Oh, I got one more.
So, in my 34 years of existence, every time thumbtacks and would come into play, and I'll even go to the Mick Foley Undertaker match, I'm always like I've never been like, oh, I mean, I'll be like, I wait, but I'm never like, oh fuck,
They want Legos.
Yeah, this exactly. Now that I've had kids, Legos are way worse than thumbtacks. So,
oh wait, it's you, Mega Blocks.
What are those old ones? Duo or Duplo?
Duplos for the little kids, the big ones.
So
that you looking like one right now, you Duplo.
Hey, this was the best utilization of thumbtacks I've ever fucking seen.
Yes,
I agree.
On the fucking goddamn Jordan.
The other complaint I had, they have been talking this entire month building up this cage match that is going to keep all the riffraff out.
Yeah.
So the point that they threw the stuff in the cage, it would have been nice little subtlety that if it was under the ring, because we saw Penta somehow oddly fit in the between the apron and in the ring, and just have one of the Bucks go in there and pull it out of the corner, and it was inside the cage. But for them to build the story, tell me the story that the trouble's going to be kept out, and they threw shit in there anyway, kind of defeated a little bit of the purpose.
That's just good heels.
It's good heels, and it kept him out. The only thing they could do was chunk it over the ring.
Better Hill would have been prepared and had it under the ring.
No. You didn't watch BET.
I don't need to watch BET. They should be telling me what's on television. You got 2 hours on Wednesday, 1 hour on Friday. I'm not watching 7 more hours of television on YouTube.
What did they say on BT?
I'm not watching any more fucking. I don't want to go searching for clues and fucking roads to the top for shit. No, you got 3 hours a week. That's all you got.
Okay. For those of us that did watch Me and the Elite,
what did they do?
BET.
Yeah, BET.
Yeah, BET. Well, who won the Vanguard Award at BET?
What happened was
Michael Jackson.
They planned that with Brandon Cutler and said, "Look, man, we know that you can't get in the cage. We're not sure what's going on. Hold on to this. When I give you the signal, just throw it. Throw it? Yeah, throw it. But that thing's really high. I know you can fucking throw it. I guess. And what's in here? Don't worry about it. All right. And then throw it. It's like, oh, okay. So they fucking planned it. Good heels. They didn't need to put it under the ring because they weren't really sure about getting out of the ring. So this is how the good heels planned it. Hey, just chunk it over. That explained it enough for me. That explained it enough for me. Opinion? Yeah. So that is my match of the night. It was my match of the week, match of the month, maybe match of the year. It's definitely better than Britt Baker match from earlier when it comes to the AEW because, again, we're separating these out by company. Right now, yes, it is. For me, it is the best AEW match we've seen all year, and it is the front runner of all the other companies' matches for me for match of the year. I love that match so much. Like I said, that was my one nit to pick, and that's a small enough nit that I'm okay with it because the rest of it was just so fucking amazing. And this goes back to stuff Meltzer always says and the criticism Meltzer gets, which is
who?
Dave Meltzer.
Thank you.
What he gets is that he only gives these more than 5-star matches.
Oh, if it's in the Tokyo Dome?
In the Tokyo Dome. And like, it's all this flippy shit because Cornette doesn't like the flippy shit and he hates the Bucks because all they are flippy shit. Yes, there was plenty of flippy shit in this match. Plenty of amazing, blow your mind, the kind of shit that they actually pulled off. But I feel like there was also hard-fought story. Mm-hmm. There was also hard-fought stiffness. There was moments in the match where the two brothers are trying to like fight.
Dude, and where Penta threw himself in front of the fucking
in front of Ray.
Yeah. And the way Ray just jumped on top of one of the fucking Jacksons whenever for the pin.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, Pentacle, you're not going nowhere."
Like fucking Excalibur said, the older brothers are taking care of it so that the younger brothers don't. Like fucking shit, dude. So everything was on point in that match. Everything was perfect. The crowd was hot. The commentary was right. The action was great. The storytelling was great. The historical significance was awesome because there was a tournament going in to determine the new champs. New champs, fucking the Elite. Holy shit, the Elite lost the titles?
Yeah.
What the hell? This is going to have repercussions.
Yeah.
Everything on point. That's why I'm like, this is my match of the year front runner.
Yep. Yeah, 100%, dude. And I was just like, I went into the match honestly being like, okay, cool. This is going to be like a flippy dippy fucking spot fest, which is fine. I like it. But I'm going to kick my feet up. But no, dude, halfway through the match, I was just like, and then again, I was on one couch, Penny and Bianca were on the other couch. And they were just like, oh my God. Like Bianca was like, she did the whole thing when she was on her phone and she was like,
is this the part where I say that this isn't my match of the night?
Yeah, of course.
Well, you already did.
Yeah, you already
did.
It's
my match of the night.
We'll go.
I'll put it on the list.
Sure?
And that was my biggest fear. Whenever
I like the Punk match for different reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
When you didn't see it live and when you told me like, oh, this, I was like, we're gonna have to fight because
I was like, nah, that's going on the list.
I was like, this
for real. Yeah, we're just gonna throw it on the match of the year list.
Dethrones the girls.
Yeah. Okay, but we didn't have to fucking thumb it.
No. That's unanimous.
Sometimes you like to thumb it.
Sometimes.
Well, it's not about if it's good enough; it's if it's better than the others.
There wasn't a discussion. And much like how we say about wrestling, that's not to say that Britt Baker's Thunder Rosa wasn't amazing, which it was.
It was
great.
This was better.
Yes, this was just like fuck, dude. Like,
do you need to charge your phone before that thing dies? Because you're recording off of that too, right?
It's good. It's still going.
All right.
Power Saver remote, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Power Saver remote.
Android user.
I know, right? Well, I have Power Saver remote too. I just don't need to use it that much.
Would you have debuted Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson on the same night in the same segment?
I want to say, of course not. No, I wouldn't fucking do that. That's crazy. But it fucking worked.
After debuting Ruby.
Yeah.
It fucking worked.
You know
I don't know why. No. I mean, like,
it worked, dude. Like I to piggyback off of you, I would say no. I would be like, yeah, that's stupid. Why would you waste 2 good debuts? It's kind of like, so the main reason why I've been okay with Hangman, even though I finally got into him, being taken back out of here, because I thought Punk is stealing his spotlight.
Okay.
Not on purpose, but it's just happening.
Yeah.
Like if fucking Hangman would have won the title,
it would have been overshadowed, just like Bryan at WrestleMania 30.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, that's fine. Let it be. Let it slow fucking cook and let him win at Full Gear or whatever the fuck. They have to figure out what their WrestleMania is.
And that's, you know what I mean? No, All Out's their WrestleMania.
Okay, so then fuck. You know what I mean? Let him win it, you know, at Full Gear. Or
that's my follow-up question. Who do you want to beat Kenny for the title? Punk, Danielson, or Hangman?
Hangman. And this is like me reaching to say that, because like I would love for a fucking Adam Cole or Bryan Danielson or Punk to be the AEW World Champion, but they haven't put in the work in AEW as much as Hangman has.
I think the story will make most sense to have the biggest storyline payoff if it's Hangman.
And
however,
that goes back to my biggest fear that we talked about earlier. If they put it on Punk or Danielson before fucking Hangman, then they're not. Then it's WCW 2000.
Yeah, they shouldn't. And
that's why I'm in your boat. I love Punk. I'm happy Danielson's still wrestling and is alive in general.
Yeah. Because you're traumatized ass.
Yeah.
Right? Again, I hope AEW has learned their lesson from WCW and TNA. I am traumatized from WCW and TNA. You are traumatized from WCW and TNA. That's why you feel the way that you feel.
Yeah.
We're in a toxic fucking relationship with wrestling. And this might finally be the one that might be the good one. But I don't know. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is now, and hopefully they don't fuck it up in the future. I agree that it should be Hangman because of the work and the story and the care and all that. But like, he is also taking a little bit of paternity leave. That's why he's kind of gone, right? Mm-hmm. So I understand that. So you need to have other stuff at the same time. So let's say Kenny gets injured before Hangman can come back and he needs to drop the title. Well,
tournament,
or if he drops it to Punk, or if he drops it to Danielson, and I would actually like this better than all the scenarios.
Give it to Nyla.
No, shut up. No, Adam Cole, baby.
What?
Adam Cole. You got the Bucks, they're tag guys. Mm-hmm. You also got the Good Brothers, who used to be like their TNA version of the guys there, but now they're in AEW, so we're not too sure. And then you have the champ, who's the big guy, but Kenny. But then you also have Adam Cole, who's also championship material. Yeah. So at some point, there's going to be a clash. So I think there's going to be a divide in the Elite where the Bucks and Cole are going to go, because remember, the Bucks at one point have turned their back on Kenny, so maybe they're going to turn their back on Kenny again and align with Cole, and then you're going to have the Good Brothers and Omega on the other side. So there's that divide, and then Kevin Steen's contract is going away pretty soon. Kevin Steen comes back, bam, we got Mount Rushmore again. Okay, cool. Like, and if Adam Cole happens to take the title off of Kenny Omega after a bitter feud that's longer than the feud that's been going on with Adam Page,
and then have Page versus Cole,
or like some sort of 3-way or something like that. Ooh. I think there's a lot of story that can be had,
or something else, because.
Hold on. Did you say give it to Nyla?
That is what he said.
The hazy's kicking in. That double.
Slow reaction time.
So it kind of rubbed me the wrong way as a fan of wrestling in general that I've seen Adam Cole in. For him to just be all up teabagging fucking the Elite that they're the best organization since sliced bread, while Adam Cole is wearing the Undisputed Era colors, Nikes. And it might be some time before, hey, Bobby Fish is already available. Maybe Kyle doesn't want to renew. And maybe Roderick doesn't want to renew. And we get the Elite versus something.
Roderick's wife's already
something that could be related.
Indisputed.
I mean, they can call it something else, but it could still be undisputed.
Right. I mean, so there's stuff that could happen that I think is going to be exciting, but I see
where
I see your fears.
Cole being a leader of one of the for a while, I thought Undisputed Era was better than fucking Bullet Club, better than the Elite. So for Adam Cole to jump ship and all of a sudden be the underling, I don't see him as an underling at all. I see him doing something crazy.
Gorillas versus Good Brothers needs to happen soon too. Okay, yeah, Jojo. Yeah, I agree.
I do see So whenever he first rejoined, when the debut happened, whenever he joined the Elite, I was like, oh, nice. He's gonna play second fiddle. You know
that's what I thought. Yeah,
and
that's just why it's perfect.
That excites me because there's potential conflict there. Yeah. Because I don't want to see them automatically just pow. No. You already got that swerve when he first came out. Oh shit. Oh, but he's with them. But is he?
Yeah.
Oh, it's intriguing. Yeah. It's interesting.
But, it also goes against what you said. Adam Cole didn't come back to be the top guy. Bryan Danielson's coming back to be fucking paired up with Jungle Boy and the Jurassic Express. They're not exactly coming back for the fucking.
There's people like Punk, like Bryan Danielson, like oh my god, Chris fucking Jericho, that are not there for a new run. They're there to put over the next generation.
Jericho was and technically, you kind of get him out of that.
But look what Jericho's done with MJF.
Fuck yeah, I'm just saying.
MJF is the top heel because of Jericho.
Yep. One of Hangman's best matches was that title match at All Out with Jericho. That he lost.
And again,
so he's
bringing up they learned the lessons from WCW.
And Adam Cole's not, what is he, 32? 33? He's the guy that Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Chris Jericho are going to be putting over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah. Elias says, or have Cole turn on the Elite and then align with the Bullet Club when Guerrillas of Destiny come to AEW, as there's already teases of it in New Japan and Impact. Again, with the fucking...
that New Japan show they had in LA, the Guerrillas of Destiny came up against the Good Brothers.
Buddy's already been on Meng. He's already been on AEW before. His son, right?
Ming's son, yeah.
Oh, Hikuleo.
Yeah.
And dude... And we have Itami. Yeah. Kenta. Has been on Dynamite already too.
I mean, what if we wind up getting the Elite versus the Bullet Club? I mean, just straight up.
Shirt.
And I think this is all going to be cool because this is also we kind of forget about it, but the whole reason why Minoru was there because that fucking forbidden door is wide open.
All right, let's talk about.
Are you like completely glossing over Kojima? We got Kojima first.
That was good too. Kojima versus Mox, I thought was pretty good.
Kojima's a half a step too slow.
He's half a step too slow. And again, I love everything about Jon Moxley except between the ropes. I don't know what the fuck it is. So I love his promos. I love his attitude. I love his fucking don't give a fuck attitude. Everything. But once he starts wrestling, I'm just like
Kojima was the same thing as the Blue General when he showed up on Dynamite. The Blue General. I forget his name. He used to wrestle for WCW for a bit. Old timer, again, half a step too slow. It's not that it's half a step too slow, but they don't have anything to counterbalance their flaw. Minoru Suzuki is a bad motherfucker. Yeah. He can go a half step too slow, but he makes up for it in charisma, in selling, in brute force, and in just beating the fuck out of you. So Minoru,
that match was pretty badass too.
I didn't see Dynamite. How was
they did match? Minoru dirty, man. They did him dirty. They rushed his entrance because half of his gimmick is the fucking entrance. If you don't get to see Kaze Ninare with him when he walks in the ring, you've wasted your fucking money. And they cut his, and that's coming from a guy that's seen him 3 times live. That's half of his appeal.
Do you know what that translates to?
Become the wind.
Okay.
And they like completely cut it halfway through for Moxley to come out, and then they had a minute and a half of Moxley running in the fucking crowd.
Of course.
And you could have cut some other shit down on 2 hours to make an extra 45 seconds.
Elias has a hot take in the
What is it?
The Forbidden Door is one-sided that only benefits AEW.
Yep.
Oh, fuck! That is a hot.
Where's the lie?
And here between us girls, and we'll fill you in our group chat.
Yeah.
Hector.
Yeah.
Sent us the pictures for the G1 Climax.
Oh, yeah.
What was my response to that? You know why?
Why?
The Forbidden Door's open. Yeah. Why aren't any AEW guys in there? You know why? Because they're gonna go 0-9 in New Japan, just like the New Japan guys are 0-2 right now in 0-3 right now in AEW.
Okay.
You know, it's just Come on, man. Take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We heard all this chatter. Oh, I want Bryan Danielson. Oh, I want to go wrestle in Japan. Why is he not in the tournament?
Okay. And you know what? And maybe the forbidden door when it comes to Japan got a little fucked up because of the COVID window.
And that's the other thing. That's the other thing I don't like.
I mean, that's what fucked up Pac and Andrade.
That's the other thing I don't like about New Japan right now. We're gonna do a quick 30-second detour through the scenic route. Everything in the G1 Climax is the Japanese side. Will Ospreay. I want to see Ospreay because he got stripped of the title. He's walking around thinking he's still the New Japan champion. He has the belt. Where is he in the tournament? Nowhere. Why? Because he's stuck in the United States.
Yeah.
There's talent in the United States. Filthy Tom Lawler, Leo Rush, Fred Rosser from Primetime Players. There's a lot of people in the New Japan side on the United States that are worth watching. They should be in this tournament too to spread that love. Oh, people that are watching the network. Oh, that guy. Where can I see that guy? Oh, I need to watch the Friday show. Let me go tune into the Friday show. Just like all the girls in this battle royal makes y'all want to watch dark and white and black and red and yellow and all the other fucking shows they're going to have because they're exposing this talent. And New Japan's severely dropping the ball with this year's G1. Fuck COVID. There's ways around it. They're not making the effort to put the ways around it. They're not making the effort to make that forbidden door two-sided. It's a fucking circle door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what it is right now. Because it's just going in and out, in and out. Moxley and Suzuki next week. Is that going to matter?
Nope.
I mean, maybe.
Nope.
Moxley and Kojima.
What if Suzuki wins?
Moxley and Kojima. Does that matter now?
Never matter.
That doesn't matter now.
Now.
But what if Suzuki wins?
Is he? Are they going to bring him back?
I mean, you really going to have him lose twice in a row?
Is he coming back?
I don't know. What if he wins?
You see?
Then maybe he is coming back.
Because we're too fucking jaded.
Again. Yes. So this brings me to a question. With all this shit going on and how red hot AEW is right now, and all these people that are wrestlers publicly saying that they're unhappy with WWE and leaving to go to the alternative.
Oh, Mick Foley roasted.
Yeah.
Roasted WWE.
Yeah.
Fuck.
When
Trashed NXT with that, not knowing. Not
WWE Hall of Famer legends are trashing their own WWE product. And with the Forbidden Door open, are we in a new era? Because, okay, we had the 80s, also known as the Golden Era. Then the
Attitude Era.
No,
New Generation.
New Generation Era.
Then Attitude
Era.
Then the PG Era.
No, Ruthless Aggression. Then PG.
Then Reality.
Are we past the PG? Are we past the Reality?
Oh, we're cussing. Yeah, we're not PG.
Okay. And what do all those eras that we just said have in common? They were defined by WWF/WWE. You could say the Attitude Era was also defined by WCW, but when you look back on it and you say, oh, the Attitude Era, most of the attitude came from WWE winning the war and doing the crotch chops and all this and that.
The story's always told by the winners.
Okay.
The Attitude Era came from ECW.
Okay.
That you were watching it, so it's okay if you don't agree with that because you weren't fully.
I watched
so
okay.
ECW
I watched
was
every
first,
single ACW pay-per-view there was,
and then
for free.
And then the NWO came along.
You're the reason why he never made money.
Yeah, you're the reason.
So, are we in a new era? Like, are we willing to say that the Reality Era was an actual era, or is this?
I will say this by using an example.
It's reality television era. It's fake. It's saccharin. This is sugar. This is cane sugar. This is legit reality era.
So are we in a new era?
Yeah, I'd say
we're in a new era.
Yes, here's why.
Okay.
Here's my reasoning why.
Go.
I have a very, very good friend of mine. His 6-year-old son is the hugest Miro fan in the world.
Okay.
Miro just did a cameo for him last week.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't know shit about WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know we're in a new era. And I'm not saying, oh my God, it's because it's not. I'm just saying it's just a new generation of wrestling fans.
Okay.
Because
we're in a new
when
time.
he discovers WWE and whenever he wants to, because his dad only watches AEW.
He doesn't know yet that the kid doesn't know that Miro's from WWE.
Yeah, he hasn't seen John Cena yet.
He doesn't know all that stuff. So he starts now.
Yeah. It's just a new era of like, these are the new torch holders.
It's a new digital era.
So what's the era?
Kenny Omega. That's the new fucking.
So what's this era? Is this the Elite Era? I mean, do we even want to call it that? Because of the Forbidden Door, even though you say it's just one way, you're still making more of an effort than any other wrestling company has ever before to actually showcase other promotions.
Here's the best thing about eras.
Okay.
For the most part, you don't fucking name them until they're over.
Okay.
Let's just enjoy the ride.
Okay.
The PG era wasn't fucking named until like Batista didn't the blood shit when 2010, but the PG era had done started like for a year or two before that.
I mean, I would argue that maybe the reality era wasn't really a thing, but it was just the end
part of the PG
era. But
and
I don't know.
Technically, still the coolest person in the Bullet Club right now. And I know I'm gonna get shit for this because it hasn't been worn out yet. I fear it's gonna be, but it hasn't been worn out yet. The coolest person right now in the Bullet Club wrestling,
Tamatanga?
Demon Finn.
Ah,
because the demon gimmick hasn't been worn out, but that's your pillar of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So the reality era goes all the way. Yeah. When Becky Lynch is dropping promos that she's leaving her sis method at home to deal with all us that are booing her.
Yeah.
That's not saccharine. That's legit.
Yeah.
When Hangman's missing the title shot in his WrestleMania because he can't put on a fucking condom, that's not that's not saccharine. That's legit.
Okay.
So right now, even though it's not over, it's just started. We are in a legit. We're not reality television era. We're in a reality era because we're just going off the things. Oh, why are we liking Adam Cole? Because he wasn't treated right in the last company. That's not saccharine. He legit was going to be a manager for fucking Keith Lee. Also, and they were going to change his name on the main roster.
So also, on that point, I watched both all three of the scrums after.
Cool.
I watched them on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
CM Punk's the only bitter old man. Even then, he kind of dropped it
old
already.
Man Logan.
Yeah. He kind of dropped it already in general. He doesn't shit on WWE.
Yeah.
He's
he
an
had
old
his
man.
chance.
He's always happy.
Yeah. Brian Danielson, Adam Cole had nothing but good things to say about WWE. And
so did Malachi.
And that's why I think that's why we're in the new like fucking era, you would say era. Fuck it.
And it's easier
it's like, you know what? They're cool. We're cool.
It should be easier for fans to detect the difference between sports entertainment and professional wrestling. Yes. If the people that are leaving said sports entertainment to go to said pro wrestling are not like dogging it.
Yeah.
And why are they doing that? Passion.
Yeah.
Because they have a passion for wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what Daniel Bryanson said. Daniel Bryanson. Brian Danielson.
Some people when we fall off this chair.
Yeah, here we go. No, I mean that's what he said. Yeah. But what was interesting is Punk said
I
know.
Daniel Bryanson. Punk, reach out to Aaron, make that a shirt.
Punk said, I left professional wrestling and now I'm back. D-Bry, or B-Dry now?
Dry Bangles.
Dry Bangles?
B-Dry. B-Dry. Yo. I'm B-Dry. Buy the speed stick.
Mr.
He said he took wrestling with them wherever he went.
Yeah.
I thought that was really fucking cool.
Yeah, and it
cool,
shows
man.
because CM Punk did not become a sports entertainer. He was himself the entire fucking time. Bryan Danielson was himself the whole fucking time.
Here's why I've always loved Adam Cole.
Baby.
He's always been the same gimmick. He's been himself.
Because he was a fucking sports entertainer in NXT. Where
he made it work.
Yes.
He made it work.
And he could have fucking done it on Raw. But it just wasn't that.
Vince would have thought he was too little.
Exactly.
And that's the other issue.
But he's not mad about it. He's just like, cool, perfect timing. I get to go be with my fucking wife and best friends.
Yeah.
It worked out for him.
And like you said that you want AEW to learn from their lesson from the past.
Yes.
I have so many fond memories of watching WWE, WWF that I want them to learn from their mistakes. And here's the point. And here's why I make that point. They've showed the answer already. For anyone that doesn't know, go on the network or go on YouTube or go into fucking Blockbuster. There's one that exists online. They made WWE made a documentary, The Spectacular Legacy of the AWA. And in it, there was a section where everyone and their fucking mother agreed that Greg Gagne knew where the business was going. But he wasn't the one in control. His old man Vern was in control, and Vern was too stubborn to change with the times because he thought that what he did was always going to work because it had worked up to that point. Where's AWA right now?
Gone. and all of their talent went to WWF.
Yes.
All of their fucking main event and intercontinental fucking title holders, all their talent were the guys that fucking built the golden era.
Also,
Yes.
I just realized something. WCW lost also by worrying about the bottom line, worrying about the money, financials.
Oh, I'm glad you brought this up.
New,
I have a hot take for this too.
Omar Khan, I believe his name Khan is. That's all he worries about. The reason why he's releasing all these motherfuckers, the bottom line.
And this is a lesson that I think that Tony Khan learned, and I think he's employing. Remember with WCW, their whole shtick, their whole thing was Ted Turner's going to put Vince McMahon out of business.
Mm-hmm.
That was their goal.
Yeah.
Their goal was not focused on themselves. Their goal was focused on WWE, WWF to beat them. Yeah. So, while a lot of people say, like, oh, it's just AEW is just like WCW, where they were just spending money and that's it. There were money marks. No. The reason why Ted Turner was a money mark was because he thought by spending more money, he was going to beat WWE, WWF.
Danielson got offered more money by WWE and did not turn it down.
Tony Khan, his goal is not to beat WWF. His goal is to make wrestling fun for himself, who's a fucking mark, a wrestling fan. He's he's one of us.
Titus O'Neil fucking like marked out a couple years ago.
He's just trying to make an awesome fucking wrestling show. He's not trying to beat WWF. He's trying to make AEW better. Yep. And that is where my hope is. My hope lies in him and the fact of who Tony Khan is. And I think that's why they have a better fighting chance than what WCW did, because TNA kind of
better chance of succeeding or taking out the competition.
Succeeding.
Okay.
Because TNA almost kind of did that. When did TNA fail? I'll tell you when TNA failed. When Hogan and Bischoff came in. They thought that if we bring in Hogan, we're going to overtake WWE. They switched their focus from being badass wrestling, being something different. The X division is not about weight limits. It's about no limits. And we're like, we're going to bring in these guys so we could fight Vince. And that was the beginning of the end for TNA. I hope that's the lesson Tony Khan saw and he learned.
TNA was no longer an alternate to WWE. They were an alternative to WWE. They were alternate WWE when they had Hogan and Bischoff. That's where they failed. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
So going forward, is there anything else from All Out that y'all want to talk about?
I feel like we glossed over it, but
okay.
Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. If not for the cage match, that would be my match of the night. That match was really fucking good.
I liked it a lot.
And they both shone.
There wasn't one match on the card that I did not like.
There was.
Was it the Big Show one?
Yeah, that fucking match sucked.
I still liked it.
Okay,
I
didn't give my attention to it.
Okay.
That's the match that I used to go fucking take a piss, go do whatever I had to do. It was like 3 fucking minutes anyway. But I was just like, I was watching him.
You piss standing up.
Exactly. So I was just like,
you don't even wash your hands.
If he's doing other stuff.
Yeah, I was just like, no, that's fine.
Eat and feed.
Yeah.
Take a shit, but that's gonna be
this match
30 minutes.
Well, it depends what you ate.
That was the only match where I was like, no.
Have you ever gone through a bag of hot Cheetos?
Oof.
And then you go to the bathroom, your legs are numb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only match that I was like, that match sucked. But everything else was great. Actually, to rewind a little bit, when we were talking about, these wrestlers from WWE are going to WWE, I could think of 2.
Ooh, WWE wrestlers that would be better in.
And they were both technically from the same group.
Spit it out.
Brian Cage.
Oh, okay.
Fucking a superstar in WWE.
Okay.
No.
Ricky Starks.
Ooh.
Ricky Starks. If he was a little bit bigger, Ricky Starks.
That's gonna be the problem.
Ricky Starks in NXT would be fucking all day.
Yeah, but you can't invest in NXT because it doesn't matter.
You never know now. Now that they're going to be their new branded shit.
Yeah.
We'll see.
WWE is not going to – Vince McMahon is not going to want anybody that already has a name that can't be marketed without putting their own spin on it. And they're going to name Ricky Starks something else.
And he wants – well, WWE, I don't know if this is Vince or more of the other con in WCW, or in WWE, they – don't want people with wrestling indie backgrounds. They want people with athletic backgrounds, which brings me to one guy that I am kind of excited about hearing that they're going over to WWE, which is the Olympic guy.
Yeah.
First
time his brother. Now they're signing him too.
Gable Steveson.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited
from the
about
moment
that.
You know what, not to try to make a negative out of a positive, they should have signed the chick too.
Which
They,
chick?
they were both at SummerSlam.
That girl,
They should have signed the chick.
Yeah. She's got spunk.
Yeah.
She's got personality and she's badass.
And yeah, out of the two, in that time that I saw them in SummerSlam, she's got all the charisma, and that dude is like cardboard.
Yeah. Well,
he can go.
Kurt Angle.
He can go.
Kurt Angle was like that too.
Yeah, but he had to pull that out of him. The chick looks like she's ready.
Fucking Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Or somebody?
I mean, you never know what you can pull out of somebody.
Gable and Gable.
No, here's where you pair them up with, because I was fast forwarding 2 hours worth of NXT in like 60 seconds. Already the like rebranding of NXT, they gave Diamond Mine, Roderick Strong, and the other guy, they gave him two wet behind the ear rookies that have actual Roman Greco wrestling background. One's like a fifth alternate for the Olympics. So you stick Stevenson and the chick with those two, with Strong as like the head, and that's where you actually make Diamond Mine work. That they're bringing in people that actually know how to shoot fight or shoot wrestle with Roderick Strong. The only problem is I like Strong as a human being. His promo package early on showing his life. Yeah. He had a bad life. Yeah. Even now, he's like the least charismatic of everybody in the Undisputed Era. Why he's the leader, I have no idea. The mouthpiece should be Bivens.
Yeah, that's what the point was whenever they first did the group. Yeah. But now Roddy Strong would be great in AEW.
Yeah.
He'd be fine. I know Abel wouldn't give a shit.
It's funny, if you're marketing to kids, and I hate to say this, if you're marketing to kids, you fucking put Darby Allin on SmackDown.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The same gimmick.
Dude,
put that a 60-second video of how Darby lost his uncle in that car crash and why he is who he is, how he is on Raw or SmackDown. You will have kids painted up like him, and you will have adults that will feel him.
If that could happen, yes, I agree.
But it won't.
It won't.
Vince will change it.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you're going to take Karrion Kross versus Johnny Impact, and instead you're going to have John Morrison with fucking Fetish Cross with the fucking
BDSM.
Yeah, BDSM Cross.
The rubber man from American Horror Story.
The safe word is Volkswagen.
Oh.
Pineapple.
Oh my God, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, because like that. Oh. And that's okay. This is the reason why we're jaded. This is the reason why I say my relationship with wrestling is toxic. Because of the shit WWE has done and pulled off. The shit that I love, they fucking ruin. Right? But I think AEW right now is to the point where they're not ruining the stuff I love. And it's weird because we have other companies that try to do that same thing where they do the shit that you love. But then when you nurture it and you got somebody really good, they go off for the big money in the WWE. That's why ROH has never gotten any bigger. ROH was hot shit 10 years ago, hot shit 20 years ago, but it's not any bigger than what it is because it's always been fucking a indie league where if you're good there, then you can make real money somewhere else. AEW is that indie league where they can nurture and make good people and make good storylines and good characters, but they have deep enough pockets to where they could do what ROH didn't do, what TNA or Impact can't do now.
A few years, and the people they're homegrown. That's what I say earlier, but I'm not too mad about the WWE guys coming in and wrecking shop in AEW because they're homegrown guys. They have to build up. They have to build up. Give them another year, and you'll have that feeling for Darby. You have that feeling for Jungle Boy. You have that feeling for fucking
Adam Cole?
No.
Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have those feelings for these kind of guys.
MJF.
MJF
is already there.
Yeah.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, you'll have those feelings for those guys that you saw come. Sammy fucking Guevara.
Yes.
He's on a back burner right now because there's so much shit going on. Imagine Sammy Guevara versus Adam Cole right now. Is Adam Guevara versus Bryan Danielson right now?
No. Again, you're going with your heart. Sammy Guevara against Miro for the TNT title.
Ugh.
I got
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. That's the other thing about Miro that I'm not
Defend
liking.
Fuego del Sol's honor for being unmasked. Give me Sammy versus Miro.
Why
Full
I
gear.
like Kingston versus Miro so much because Miro finally got a guy who had it was up to his like
level. Yeah.
level. He kept fucking.
He didn't have to slow down for anybody.
No,
He can go.
Miro kept. He's fighting all these little guys. Like you're not getting the TNT as a mid card championship. Bring some more fucking prestige into it. That's why you get shit.
He was a bumper for pinball. In this match, he was a fucking demolition derby.
Yeah.
He had somebody at some of the card.
And I really like Miro's new gimmick.
Yeah.
God's
Redeemer?
favorite champion thing,
Yeah.
the Redeemer,
Oh,
and then
and his sexy wife.
yeah, and then
You think she's gonna debut?
And
Well,
then-
she's gonna be on some
No.
reality show.
maybe
No,
I don't know. But then the redeem these nuts, like that was hilarious.
Perfect.
That was the best tweet ever. And then
Kingston is the
and
same way.
CJ
for me.
had
You know what? I'm glad that Kingston and Moxley are paired up because I feel the exact same way. I love everything about Kingston. When it starts wrestling, I'm just like, you know,
yeah.
He's a lot more technically sound than Mox.
Oh,
Mox
fuck
goes
yeah.
hardcore really easy.
It looks like
He forgot he was in WWE.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was about to say Mox doesn't have that WWE stink anymore.
No.
He's
never really
to me,
did.
he's an AEW guy. And you
Yeah.
say he never really did, but the whole reason why you know his fucking name is because of the Shield.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a better argument for Cole and maybe even to a certain extent Danielson and definitely for Ruby saying that they did their time in the E, but they
But
were
not for
from
that
the
time.
fucking indies. They
Yeah.
were from this same fucking culture
Yeah.
that they're in now in AEW.
So some guy made a very good point. He got shit on by everybody in the little Cult of Kayfabe thread that it was on.
Spanish God versus God's favorite champion. Yes.
He was. This guy
He
said,
gets it.
Punk shit on WWE for all the time that he was there, or whatever. Had it not for his time in WWE, his debut at AEW wouldn't mean pretty much anything. He'd be Chris Hero debuting.
Yeah.
My thing is like I love Punk. I'm waiting on that fucking shirt to get there and to get to my house.
I'll probably
It's
get
shit.
it in Chicago myself before you get it in the mail.
Yeah, mine says it's shipped already, so maybe next week. But anywho's, my thing is I discovered Punk at WrestleMania and fucking was it the ladder match, the fucking Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, Killswitch Engage, who the fuck is this? And then like boom,
Oh,
CM Punk.
24.
Damn, this is good. And I'm like, oh shit, fuck yeah. That's how I discovered him. So if I didn't watch fucking WWE,
And I mean, Punk too. He was an indie guy. Yeah, he spent a lot of time in WWE, and that's where he made his name. But he was an indie guy too. I haven't seen yet any homegrown WWE guys want to leave. Like if Randy Orton left and went to AEW, then I'd be like, all right, now
we'll
you're
see
just.
what Braun Strowman does.
Apparently, he's going to Impact.
Yeah.
There's
EC3.
one that I kind of want to gauge y'all on
Okay.
because if we're talking reality era,
Yeah.
there is one person, and I don't expect to see this person wrestle ever, but there is one person that I think has enough reason to go. What if you were in this person's shoes and you know that you're not next in line? What would you do seeing everything that you had being taken away by somebody else and flourishing in another company? What would you do right now if you were Triple H?
I go have a heart attack and pretend like I'm in a coma. Like.
Yeah. I mean, I get your point, and that's my first comment was I'm waiting for all these like fucking idiot fans saying, "Oh, he had a heart attack because AEW was doing so good." Like, dude, my dad died from a heart attack.
Yeah,
that shit ain't funny.
My dad almost died from a heart attack.
Yeah, so like,
It's one. It's and to add to that, it's one thing to joke. It's easy to say, just put a Z-Pack on it. But the guy's got fucking kids, dude. This isn't a sports entertainment story. This is real life.
That
And if
shit
you're wishing death on this guy, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
with a
Oh,
rusty
I
bat.
definitely do not wish death on Triple H because I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot
He's
now.
the reason why we loved NXT for so fucking.
Yes.
If Triple H didn't do what he did with NXT, I don't think AEW would exist.
And that's why I ask. If a guy that didn't even have all the control did so much for NXT for some of the guys that just left him,
He's getting
how
power
good?
taken away
What
at
do you
NXT,
think?
and he's
what-
not getting it at WWE.
What and he's not, and if he's not the next in line once the old man kicks off, why not go to a place that'll actually take his ideas
Where all of his friends
and
are at
add
too.
to it and add to it? If not him, what about Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
If Shawn Michaels or Triple H is that last piece backstage to give Khan the direction that this, if you go, I know from experience because I had these toys and I play with them well.
I think the next moves that WWE makes will be very telling on people like Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels just lost Shawn Michaels Jr.
Yeah,
that's Adam Cole.
Yeah.
That's why I think I still have always think that's why I love Adam Cole so much because he's a new Shawn Michaels and Shawn Michaels to me is the best. Yeah. So
and that's why I like Punk.
Yes. So if he loses Gargano to AEW
or Ciampa,
those are Shawn Michaels guys.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you guys, I'm getting out of here.
There is, I think right now there's going to be a lot of heartbreak between the clique.
Especially if there isn't going to be any more loyalty with the company. If Vince is selling the company, why the fuck does he care if Triple H or Shawn cashes out and goes to AEW and gets their creative juices out in a place that is accepting.
Here's another thing that I forgot to mention. I'm Renee Paquette's podcast with Ric Flair.
Yeah,
made me have a lot of things taken away from the way I
feel.
Roker
and NBC are the next in line for the company.
the way I see about Vince McMahon. Whenever Flair told Vince about everything, Vince was like, "Cool, man. Good luck. Like,
make your money."
Yeah, he's not that like cutthroat anymore either. He's more of like, I'm making my fucking money. Everyone do what y'all gotta do.
I'm going to Saudi next month.
Yeah, I got money. Do what y'all got. Paul White and Mark Henry both said that they got their blessings to do AEW from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's not that cutthroat no more. And it's not like, oh, you're doing this. It's just kind of like, it is. I hate this fucking line.
It is
but it is what it is right now, dude. He's just kind of like.
Well, if you believe the documentaries that you see come out of it after the fact, that's kind of the same attitude Vince had when Brett was trying to leave to go to WCW. It's like, look, I'll give you a 10-year fucking contract. Yeah. You know, please don't go. I don't want you to go, but if you have to, this is the best I can do.
Yeah.
Because Brett was like, I don't want to leave you.
Yeah.
Can you make me an offer that's anything near their offer? Look, I can't match the dollar amount, but I can give you way more time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But then Brett backed out of it because he's like, no, man, I can't turn down this money. They did a counter offer. Mm-hmm. Can I at least just hold on to the title until Monday? I don't want to drop it to this punk, to this fucking sniveling idiot. Yeah. Please just let me hold on to. And that's why the Montreal screw job happened because Vince wasn't petty for petty's sake. Vince was put in a position because of his kindness, because of him being like, okay, go ahead and go, but do business the way I want you to do business. And Brett didn't want to do that.
This is how I know that the male heavyweight title won't go in the trash on Nitro like the women's title went
exactly
on Nitro.
But it was the same attitude that you're talking about right now. Mark Henry, go do your thing.
Make your money.
Go make your money.
It's out there.
Adam Cole, go ahead.
Nobody's dead to Vince McMahon that I know of.
Yeah.
Everyone did their fucking thing, and he's like, cool.
Everyone went back. Warrior went back.
Said the same. He loves Vince McMahon. In fact, Brian Danielson said Vince McMahon too overprotective of him.
Yeah.
Said he loves Brian Danielson that much, and he's like, I care about you. I don't. My wife said the perfect fucking thing to that. He's like, that's kind of a good thing. I don't want you to fucking die. I don't want you to break your neck because you already had neck issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's looking for your best interest physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. Brian Danielson now. Exactly. Brian Danielson, look how he's going to be when Birdie is like fucking 15 or 20.
I don't want another Benoit.
Yeah, exactly. So for their best interest, is like, look at Edge. Edge took that much fucking time off, and now he can do things sporadically.
On fucking 9/11, here's the conspiracy theories.
Oh.
Could Vince be the silent partner in AEW? No. No. But
we've been watching WWE for 30 years.
The one thing does not melt steel beams.
The one thing Vince McMahon is not ever is silent.
Yes. And not a single plane hit.
What if Triple H is a silent partner?
So before we move on to the next chapter of the show, I'm going to just throw this little nugget out there. I don't know if y'all saw it or not. I don't think you did, Arnold. Match of the week candidate, Andrade versus Pac.
Yes. Fuck, it was so good, dude.
It was good. I haven't seen it.
It was so good.
I have another one that y'all didn't see apparently then.
Okay.
Match of the week candidate. Seth Rollins versus Edge 2.
Oh, the way Edge sold that curb stomp.
Was that last night?
Curb stomp was
and
fucking...
Seth was scared. He was timid in the pin, and then after the 3 rang, he backed away like he saw a ghost. Yeah.
That was last night?
That was
Yeah,
last night.
that was last night.
So fucking.
I saw that.
recommend
I
you
saw
go
the second
watch
half online, and
they even got through a botched glam slam.
yeah.
Seth Rollins went up and Edge slipped, and so he got fucking funny fell on his face, and he's like, he just picked him up and did it again. But dude, that match was fucking good. The only thing that ruined it is why I think the SummerSlam one was better. There was no commercial breaks, and to me, commercial breaks always fuck up matches. That's why I don't like. That's why you'll see match of the weeks or match of the weeks or year, month, whatever is always on pay-per-views, because once you go to commercial, I'm like, I'll look at my thing.
You're losing momentum.
I hate when AEW does it a lot.
The problem is you need to sign up to Bleacher Report so that you can watch through the commercials. The last year's match of the year, Omega and Pac, I found the unedited 30-minute through, and that's what we saw. And that's might have been what edged out. If we would have saw the commercial version, it might not have scored as high because we missed that context.
What about picture-in-picture? Does that bother you, or do you not pay attention when it's
If
picture-in-picture?
you don't have the audio, I'm not going to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Papa John's while I'm just going to fast forward.
But it's the shakaroni.
The shakaroni. Now, picture-in-picture made me try the shakaroni. Shakaroni is amazing.
See, we need to have a shakaroni next time.
Shakaroni is fucking bomb.
Noted. So the road ahead for AEW.
I always think, is there macaroni on the fucking thing? Like, what the hell?
The road ahead.
It should have been a Shaka Pizza.
Between All Out, Dynamite, and Rampage. Are you looking forward to Danielson versus Omega?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you expect that to be for the title?
No.
Not yet. I bet you he'll win, forcing a title match. Because, again, he doesn't have the record. You're 0-0. Well, 0-1 is good. You have a winning record. You have a perfect record.
You don't. 1-0 is the winning record. 0-1's a losing record.
You know what I mean, you jackass. You know,
I'm expecting Hangman to take the belt from Omega long before Daniel Bryan or CM Punk touch
I hope so, too. I hope Hangman comes back by
Full Gear.
I keep wanting to call it Metal
October.
Gear.
Yeah, November.
Full gear. Full gear.
Yeah.
He'll have his time with his newborn. That newborn stank will fucking wear off after 3 months. Trust me.
Yeah.
And
you've done it 3 times.
So I think he'll be back by November. He'll win the belt, and then Cole versus Page, Adam versus Adam.
Yes.
Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
How about Punk versus Team Taz?
They teased that already, right?
Yeah, on Dynamite.
On Dynamite. So that might be the thing that makes me care about Team Taz. I don't care about them. I don't know what I want to, because
as a collective, because I'm all in on Ricky Starks.
Yes.
Punk and Starks on the mic.
Yes. That's fine. Everything else, I expected more out of Taz. And that's saying a lot, because I love Taz.
Back in the day or right now?
Now, I expect like what he's doing right now, I expected more from him. I don't know what it is. I just think he kind of mails it in.
Yeah, okay.
Here's the situation with Taz. If you want Taz to go 100 miles an hour, he can't be on commentary no more.
No.
Okay.
It's either one or the other.
Because he can't be like, complete asshole, and then like call a match like normal.
That's what threw me off a little bit. I love the
because he was all pissed off, and they had to move on to the next match.
I appreciated the Taz and Punk stuff, especially Punk's mic drop on him.
Yeah.
Using a little catchphase against him.
Yeah.
But he's like, send me Hobbs, send me everybody. Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you. And you can see it on Taz's face. He wanted to just choke him out.
Yeah.
But it would have landed a whole lot more if Punk and Taz were the way you and I are right now, in the ring, face to face. Not distant, and then 5 minutes later, he's got to chum up to Excalibur or Ross or Tony and just look on something else.
I've been trying not to be that guy, but after my nit to pick about All Out, I think it's time for JR. I think it's time for him to hang up the hat.
Yeah, well, he is.
Yes.
He is
going backstage only.
He denied that report.
But still.
Did he?
Yeah. He said that's news to me. But Excalibur's actually, it's not that
Excalibur's
bad.
good.
He's
really like him.
Me. He's growing on me. You know how much I dislike Tony Schiavone.
I love Schiavone.
But he's good.
I think Excalibur is a more tame and in a good way version of Ronaldo.
Yeah, I can say that.
Because Ronaldo
came to AEW.
I've seen every episode of Rampage. For the job that he's been given on that show, I think Mark Henry is a waste of money.
Yeah, Mark Henry sucks.
Yeah.
And I'll say this.
I'll say it for you.
I'll
He
say
sucks
this.
on commentary.
The first 50 minutes of that show, he adds little to nothing. That final segment before the main event where it's
The
triple
picture,
screen.
Yeah.
That's where Mark Henry, that's where Chris Jericho, that's where JR, hell, even Tony Schiavone, put them all on the back. Give me Excalibur and Taz. When y'all start dipping your feet on AEW Dark on commentary,
Yes.
No,
Taz and Excalibur remind me of fucking JBL and Michael Cole on commentary. They have that dynamic. Taz and Cole were respectful. JBL had that little like, I'll fuck with you every now and then, but I still like you.
I don't give a fuck what
Excalibur
anybody
and Taz.
says. Graves and Saxton are fucking perfect with each other because Graves always fucks with Saxton. If you
Shut up, Saxton.
If you listen to the podcast, Graves and fucking Vic Joseph are badass together.
Yeah.
I still think Vic Joseph is underrated like a motherfucker.
Oh, I 100% agree with you.
He's so underrated.
Yes.
But his thing is that you call out, and I've noticed ever since, he doesn't call the moves, and that's starting to bother me.
Yeah.
He'll call like
nobody on WWE calls moves anymore.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but that's not
What a maneuver!
Yeah.
Oh, what impactful!
Yeah.
Like, no,
And Excalibur does.
Excalibur does the opposite. He fucking calls every move.
Hero versus Kingston twice. The first time, all I did was listen, and it felt like I was hearing a baseball game in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because you can hear you just by the tone of his voice and what he was saying, you kept up with the game. You knew there was a runner on first and third. You knew the 1-2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Excalibur on commentary is the last guy in pro wrestling right now on mainstream television that calls moves, other than Morrow. When Morrow was on.
I have something here that I want to rewind just a little bit. Jojo said, I want to see Hook go to sleep. And I agree. But this is what I want to see out of with Punk versus Team Taz. This is what I want to see. Something that Punk said, and I'm not sure if Punk flubbed his line or if this was a view. 4. Now, was he referring to Cage being in that 4?
Taz.
So he was referring to Taz. So I would like to see at some point
one more match with Taz.
Taz dusting off the boots to try to get in there with Punk. Maybe. Now
he's that. Okay, Taz.
Dude, if fucking
Taz has had a dad
Blanchard
since I was fucking 13, dude. I don't know.
Dude, if
Tully, Jake, Arn. You got enough old timers in there doing with all the old timers that they're selling out pay-per-views. Yeah.
So
just like Travis, old school WCW, when they would have those old matches during Slamboree, they would be in black and white.
Now,
and they'd have the old timers do a 5 or 6 minute exhibition.
Now,
and then
I'm not saying I want to see Punk versus Taz 1-on-1 for fucking 20 minutes. What I am saying is that I wouldn't mind if Taz
choked them out.
No, was maybe in a handicap match with Hook. Father and son.
It has to be. There's no way Hook's right now.
Yeah, father or Hook and Hobbs and Taz or something like that. And the heels get the win because of shenanigans. That's how Punk gets like his first loss. Shenanigans against heels.
Keep them down the record.
Yeah, keep down the record and also give a little shine to these guys. If you want to bring Punk in to help put over new talent, he's the babyest of baby faces you could get right now.
Yeah.
Have him build fucking heels and by the heels getting heel victories. Taz is in there. He's about to get his ass whooped. He's about to go to sleep. And then here comes Hook from the back. Hit him with the fucking chair or some
3-on-2. Punk and Cage against Starks and Hook and Taz.
And then once Punk gets through the mini bosses, that's when Starks is like, okay, well, I got to go up against Starks. And then you think Punk's going to kill Starks. And then we're back where we are with Punk versus Darby. Who wins? I don't know.
Him to do 5 labors of Starks?
Yes.
the
labors of Punk.
Labors of Punk. Are y'all looking forward to Soho and Baker eventually for the title?
Yes.
God, yes. That's going to be such a good match.
I remember me telling you about Ruby Riott, and you got to watch her. And then you, the next day at work, came and said, man, Ruby Riott is the truth.
I said it. The whole time she was in WWE. In NXT, I was like, they didn't let her get to where she needed to go. I think they rushed out of because they did the both stables, Paige and her people and Ruby and her people.
Yeah.
If they had let her fucking like simmer a little bit more, in NXT, she would have been fucking NXT champion.
Yeah.
But once she got to WWE, and I just watched her wrestle, and I was just like, damn, she's fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, damn, she's good. And I just can't. Like, there was always something to still. Obviously, she fucking looks different than everybody, which is fine, which is great for me. I was like, cool. Like, she's different. She's not just like your, regular looking wrestling chick, but she's just really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then she just had bad luck with injuries, and then like weird storylines. But yeah, I think in AEW she's gonna like show what they fucked up in, and the fact that everyone like who's still in WWE of her peers is like on fucking social media like blowing her up like fuck yeah, this is where you need to be. You're proud of you. I love that shit.
How about MJF against Pillman Jr.?
Kind of dig it. I think Pillman needs a lot of work on the mic.
Yes.
He's not the best on the mic.
He ain't his daddy.
He ain't his daddy. But I think he's really good in the ring.
He's fine in the ring.
Okay.
He's not his daddy on the mic because he hasn't been through all the shit his daddy's been through.
Well, nobody.
His daddy had every right to be as angry at the world as he was. Pillman Jr.
Now, David.
Pillman Jr.'s got plenty to be mad at the world.
If we're gonna take a detour in the scenic route for 30 seconds, I mentioned this in the chat. It would be in AEW's disinterest if they signed David Benoit to bring him in as David Benoit. Bring him in as a young roaring Pegasus kid or something to make it. And so you don't want to have that. When they say bad attention is good attention, isn't always the case. Sometimes bad attention is fucking bad attention, and it would behoove them to start off David Benoit too obvious as him just being himself.
I disagree. Here's why I disagree. Fucking redemption. He wasn't the one that killed his fucking family. He was the victim, right? His mom and his brother got murdered by his dad, who then committed suicide.
That wasn't his mom.
Oh, his stepmom. Right? Yeah, stepmom. That's right. I'm sorry, but it's still
half brother.
It's fucking family.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I would love to see him.
Why am I getting in my feels on that? I mean, that fucking sucks.
Yes, you should.
And
I think they should tap into that and not fucking sweep it under the rug and hide it, because this is him coming back, and he will be again the babiest of fucking baby faces.
My rebuttal.
Okay.
And right now, Brian Pillman's getting the spotlight shown on him.
Yeah.
Where was that spotlight 3 months ago when that episode of Darkseid actually aired on television?
It was nowhere to be found.
Why?
He wasn't ready.
They weren't in Cincinnati.
That's bullshit.
You know what?
They should have done something. They should have done something.
He wrestled the week after on fucking AEW after it aired.
And then what?
And nothing happened.
Exactly.
You know why? Because he's not that good. I'll be honest with y'all. He's not that good. Now, that would be the opposite of fucking pushing him because of the name.
Wait, how much of that is him? Because if Tony Khan decided on the segment that we got on Dynamite, Tony Khan struck out on that. If somebody's making fun of my family, the last thing I'm going to do is walk down there calmly with a mic in my hand, quoting fucking Guns N' Roses lyrics. I'm running down and beating some fucking white meat.
Okay.
And the fact that he stood there when Wardlow was trying to block him instead of manning up on Wardlow, that's pussy move, bro. I hated that.
I liked what Wardlow did, though, where he was like,
all
right, fine, you take care of him. And then when MJF was getting his ass whooped,
give him a few minutes. Yeah,
all right,
I like that.
Yeah,
so
let him get his licks in.
That's the positive.
Cool. Yeah.
But the negative,
okay.
I would have been running.
Okay.
Oh, you make fun of my sister, I'm aiming for your fucking jugular.
Do you BPJ a manager for the what the hell? BPJ? What the hell? What's he talking about?
Do you give BPJ a manager for the lack of his
Brian Jr. Oh, okay.
I was thinking, I feel like he has one, but he doesn't. He just has
Giff and Julia.
Oh, I'm waiting for Griff to turn heel because Brian's getting all the attention. Yeah. That's an easy feud, just like Steve Austin. When they broke him up. Yeah, but right now, Pillman, some of that work is on him, and some of that is the direction on whoever told him that's the promo that should have been done, because I would not have done that at all.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to shut Brian, if MJF's talking about somebody close to you, you shut him up.
But MJF's
you don't let him keep talking,
though. That's kind of what it's his thing.
Yeah, but you got fucking 3 weeks before the Arthur Ashe show to do what you just said.
Yeah.
Primarily, do it.
So, speaking of Arthur Ashe show, I think maybe the Dynamite before or after.
So we got one Dynamite. No, it's in Newark, New Jersey.
No, there's one in Rochester though. It might be Rampage then.
It's Rampage.
They have an event in Rochester.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who's from Rochester?
No.
Brody Lee.
Brody.
You know who's still a free agent? His best friend.
Redbeard.
Nope.
Who?
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
Oh.
Well,
You know who's
Mr.
left?
Wyndham.
You know who's left on the shoes that Punk? The initials he put?
No.
He put Adam Cole, he put Bryan Danielson, he put Bray Wyatt on his shoes his first 3 times on TV.
Oh.
That would be the best fucking time of
Is
fucking debut.
he the guy that brings the Dark Order back together?
I was about to ask about the Dark Order because they've been
No.
missing ever since like
They've been falling
you need to
out.
watch them.
That you need to
Yeah.
be watching. They've been falling out.
They're
And
not
even
missing.
the girls are coming out and trying to put it together, and they can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened on Dark.
Oh,
So
And
on
Dynamite.
Dark, 5 took on Uno.
really?
Was it 5 versus
I
Uno?
don't know. I don't watch that racist stuff.
No.
There was a 6-man tag on Dynamite, or was it Rampage? And it turned out it was Johnny Hunky, Uno, and Grayson, and they lost
and they blamed Hunky.
Pinnacle, and
To
they blamed it on Hunky.
Here's the thing on what the Japanese you just spoke to me. There's a lot of fat to trim.
but it's like
There's a lot of
that.
fat to trim the Dark Order. Yes, there is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
there is.
Okay.
So getting rid of a couple of them and adding a couple more would do them well.
You keep
Okay.
Uno
You
and
think
Stu.
Colt Cabana's happy in AEW right now?
You know what? That's going to be the one interesting thing. That's like, what's going to happen with Colt and Punk being in the
Yeah.
same locker room again?
Yeah. It ain't gonna be
Well,
pretty.
but there's more than one locker room.
Yeah.
Shit, the Miz didn't get to eat in the locker room for 7 months.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that would be great to debut Wyndham Rotunda, or whatever the fucking you want to call him.
Wyndham Rotunda?
That's his name.
Who?
Bray Wyatt.
Oh, Wyndham.
Wyndham.
I thought like I didn't know what the hell you said. Wyndham
Dude,
Rotunda.
have him and IRS debut together. No, wait. Hold on. Let that build. If there's a show on April 15th next year on tax day.
Hijo de Shyster. IRS Junior.
His mask is the money sign.
Oh man, little IRS.
This Wednesday, Adam Cole
Baby.
against Frankie Kazarian. Give you a number.
8, and that's mostly because I want to see Adam Cole in AEW. I think he could have a good match with Kazarian, but I don't give a flying fuck about Kazarian or his elite hunter gimmick. If he's an elite hunter, he's a damn bad hunter.
Not good.
He can't hunt for
You
shit.
don't go
He's
hungry this
ter-
winter.
He's as good of a hunter as I am. I can't hunt for my food. I go to the fucking grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, no, Frankie Kazarian, elite hunter, is not working. You need to get rid of that.
You've got like 6 different pussies, so you're not giving yourself enough credit, bro. I'm at a 9, basically, for everything you just said.
Okay.
Frankie can have a great match with damn near anyone. Cole's going to have a great match with this kid. And Adam Cole's winning, hands down. Who the fuck
Cole.
gives a fuck about Frankie fucking Kazarian?
My answer is a hybrid of what both of y'all said.
Okay.
It's like, who the fuck is Frankie Kazarian? 2, fucking Adam Cole. Like that's all.
Yeah.
So I'm at a 6 because it's all 6 is Adam Cole.
Okay.
Jade Cargill against Layla Hirsch.
7.
Remind me who Layla Hirsch is.
The
The short,
itty-bitty.
the short
Russian chick.
Roman Greco
Oh
wrestler.
shit! Oh,
She
yeah,
put up
7.
a damn good fight
Yeah,
against
yeah.
fucking Camille at NWA
Yeah,
Power.
I
She had a
keep
good
forgetting
showing.
what her name is, but
Yeah,
Layla
Hirsch.
she fucking dude in the battle royal. She fucking like chunk
She
fucking
was,
girls
yeah,
over.
she was
Yeah.
throwing him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that's gonna be a test of strength
7.
match right there.
yeah,
7.
Cargill winning.
I think Cargill will win this
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. How about Darby Allin against Sean Spears
Ooh,
with Sting and Tully in the corners?
I'm at an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm at 8. I don't like Tully. I don't know.
Good thing
why.
he's a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at an 8. I really, really, really like Sean Spears, dude. He won me. Like, I've always liked. I liked Ty Dillinger and shit like that, and whatever. I just think he's been underutilized in AEW,
Yes.
but he really won me over in AEW. Actually, here in Houston with
Okay.
Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
The little
That
promo
match
he did
they had,
before the
yeah.
promo before the match, where he kind of like, oh, congratulations on getting engaged or whatever. It's like, and it's kind of basically shit on Houston, like
Yeah.
it's kind of the best Houston guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just so fucking good, and that match was great. And I hoped that they would build on that, but I haven't really seen much of Sammy since. But
yeah, I mean,
either
Sammy
way.
did the fucking cue card thing again on Dynamite, but that was it. Man, I'm gonna go with the 6.
I'm at a 6 too.
Okay.
The reason why I'm so low is because I feel like it was too quick of a jerk to a different direction for Darby.
Thank you.
Like,
he just wrestled Punk. He's got all this
It's been
attention.
a week and a half.
He has all this attention. And
for him to not even mention Punk.
Yeah.
He didn't even mention it. But then again, how are you going to mention if you lose? Because then again, this should have been a time limit draw, not a straight up lose or loss. And since he lost, it's like, okay, well, let me go over to the losers bracket and fight Shawn Spears.
Yep.
Which, for everything you just said about Shawn Spears, I agree. I do like Ty Dillinger, 10, Perfect 10, and all that stuff. But he's been underutilized in WWE, in NXT, and I was being underutilized in AEW. And we're going to kind of get the old man fight out of this. And I'm kind of interested in the old man fight, but I don't want to actually see that in the ring again, one-on-one for 20 minutes. There's going to be other shenanigans there, but like, it's too quick of a pivot for him to go, well, I lost against CM Punk. Let's just move on to Shawn Spears.
Yeah, I agree. 6. I had Darby winning, obviously.
Yeah, Darby's got to recover from losing to Punk. Yeah, and it sucks because it's going to be at Spears' expense. But Spears, let's go back to that question, right? About like who would do well going to NXT from AEW. How about I forget their fucking team name, but Angelico and Jack Evans.
Oh, Hybrid 2.
Hybrid 2. Yeah, there you go. Not 2.0, but Hybrid 2. They might be able to do well there because they're fucking jobber status in AEW.
Yeah, but they're too fucking indie.
Yeah.
Angelico would be better as a singles because there's more uniqueness to his moveset that would probably help him get over.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I don't know.
Okay.
Anything else? NXT, Raw, SmackDown,
By the time
New Japan.
So this weekend coming up, this Wednesday coming up is the new NXT.
Yeah.
All right.
So Tuesday.
Oh shit!
This Tuesday.
So
we can.
Not used to them being on Tuesdays.
We could come back next. This Thursday.
No, we can't.
Oh, y'all would be out.
I'll be in Dallas.
You'll be out of town, and I'll be about to be out of town.
So the week after that, you'll be gone.
No, I'll be back, but I want to go out of town.
But you won't be watching anything.
No.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna be out of town next weekend, so I'll be in.
We'll work something out.
Yeah. So by the time he comes back, I'll be ready too.
Yeah,
we'll do a post show for fucking Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, depending on the hotel room that I have in Dallas, I might be able to still watch everything. It just depends what I have up there.
Yeah, we could work something.
Shit, you might have more time in Dallas to watch wrestling.
Yeah, because I don't have to come home and cook. I just go home, grab some food on my way to the hotel, and then.
So it's a vacation for you. It ain't work.
I mean, it's work because I still got to work between 9 to 5. But after that,
it's also Dallas.
Well, yeah. I mean, what else am I going to do in Dallas?
Debbie.
Deep dish pizza at fucking Gino's East.
Okay,
I'll send you the directions.
There was
Offsite Kitchen. I'll send you directions.
The last time I went to Dallas, I was in it wasn't a hotel. It was like an apartment that they rent out the apartments.
Oh, nice.
But downstairs, it had little different businesses. One of the businesses down there was this badass ramen place called Kintaro, like Kintaro Crusher, but it was Kintaro Ramen. Oh God, it was so fucking good, and I kind of want to stay there at the same place this time. But the site where work is at a different location. I don't know if that place is gonna be closer or further away.
Yeah, they pay for mileage.
Yeah, sure, why not?
On the way out, we try not to be a downer here in this episode, but it's been 20 years to the day.
Oh, before we go to that, because we're going to be talking about non-wrestling stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get to the non-wrestling stuff, we are my adventures in wrestling this weekend, the upcoming weekend.
Nobody cares about your personal life.
The 18th. DCW back out in the Hangar Unity Center, Brookshire, Texas. Your boy's going to be ring announcing. And then October the 4th in Santa Fe, the Santa Fe Volunteer Fire Department, we are going to have UPW. So come on out to that. So there, I just want to get that out before you went into the sad stuff.
Yes. 20 years to the day.
Mm-hmm.
Abel.
Yes.
You wake up Tuesday morning, September 11th.
Yes.
2001.
Yeah.
What's the day like?
got up, and my dad would drive me to school. He would drive me to high school because it was on his way to work. I was living in Pasadena, but I still had my address as my old grandma's address, so I didn't have to change high schools. So I still went to CNF Austin High School, which is, out here in Second Ward. I know, right? Fucking Milby kid over here.
Davis kid over here.
Oh God, even worse. Damn.
At least you didn't go to Reagan.
Yeah. Or Sterling.
Your driver's licenses are fucking Braille.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember being driven by my dad and hearing.
Year, right?
Huh?
Senior year for you?
It was junior. Yeah. I graduated in 2002. Yeah. So
that was a senior year then, because it was 2001 when it happened. 2001 to 2002. Yeah, it was a senior year.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just the start of your senior
year.
Okay,
it was. Okay, my bad. I remember hearing on the radio in the drive up to work that a helicopter hit the Twin Towers, and they didn't have all the details. Like, a helicopter hit. Here's the news and traffic. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really
very matter of fact.
Yeah, I was like, oh damn, that's weird. A helicopter ran into the fucking building. Wow, that was dumb. And then I get to school. And they're like, hey, did you hear about the plane crash? Well, what plane crash? Oh, into the tower. I heard it was a helicopter. Then that was us hanging out before school, before the first bell, right? And then the first bell walked into my first class, which was a computer science class, right? So it was one of those electives where you didn't really have to do shit.
Yeah.
And then they had the TV on, and then that's when the second plane hit. And it was like, no, the first one was a plane. Oh, shit, another plane? What? And that's it. Like everything else going on was over. Everybody was just watching TV. And then the first tower fell. Second period went. And I remember going to my physics class. And physics class is where the second thing fell. No, when the second tower fell. And then we're like, holy shit. Everybody didn't know what to think or what to do. But we were still following the bells and going to our classes. Yep. But it was still like, nobody's doing anything. They're just watching TV, It's like, what the hell? That day was so weird, man.
They pick you up after all?
Yeah, and I went back to Pasadena Town Square Mall where my dad had his jewelry shop because he still worked during the day for the city, but then later on in the afternoon he'd go to the jewelry store that wasn't owned by him. It was owned by these Pakistani guys. They were all really cool. We loved them, right? They're awesome people.
With them,
they closed. They closed for a couple of days, all of them. So like you went into the mall and it was like a few shops were closed. And why were they closed? Well, those are the ones that were owned by the Pakistani dudes, right? Yeah. They were all owned by the same guy, Mehboob Ratnani, right? And he was awesome. I fucking love Mr. Maboo. He was the greatest guy. I love that guy. And his son was really cool too. Me and him, we would play and stuff. But like he was really rich. Like he was from Pakistan, but he was rich.
Yeah.
So his son was like really bougie, but like Pakistan bougie, not American bougie. So like I couldn't relate to him, but he was like, so you're an American, but you're broke. Like, like he didn't understand it, right?
Yeah. So
I was like, yeah, man, wrestling and this and that. And he goes, okay. And he always had like a button-up shirt and nice slacks and this and that, very proper.
Loafers.
Yeah. And it was like, dude, you're fucking 13. Right? Like, you're younger than me.
You walk around like a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, like you're younger than me and you're like more proper than me. Like, I'm the fucking barrio, and I'm just like happy-go-lucky hanging out. But I just remember that those couple of days were like, it was so weird because the mall was open,
but not open.
But not all of them were open. There was businesses that were closed, and like nobody was there to shop. And we were like there, and we're like, what the fuck do we do? And my dad still had to get into the jewelry store because he still had repairs from the week before to get them done on time. But the store itself wasn't open because it was all owned by Pakistani dudes. Yeah. So it was weird. And we had one guy that was actually Indian. That was working for us because it was like owned by Pakistani guys, but one guy was from India and I think one was from Afghanistan. And none of them were Iraqis, but I remember that like that was the thing. Oh, it was Iraqis that pulled it off, and this is
actually Afghanistan.
Well, yeah. After that, they said it was, and so they were even more scared because they were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And so after they finally opened, after a couple of days, it was a little ugly.
Yeah.
It was a little ugly. You could tell they were scared, and you could tell people were like looking at them, you know. And it's like
my friend posted that recently about because there was a post like, man, I wish we can. I know 9/11 was bad. I wish you can go back to 9/12. Everybody was so unified in America. He's like,
not if you weren't.
If you were a Muslim, it was one of the worst times to be here.
Not if you weren't brown, or if you were brown.
Yeah.
Because even me, because I'm Mexican.
You look a little
but especially since I'm hanging out with them.
Some naan?
I mean, naan is fucking good, but I would hang out with them.
Yeah.
So like I got to see through their eyes what happened, because that was my first job working there at the jewelry store, the couple of different kiosks, because he had the main store and 2 kiosks, and I would work at the kiosk, and of course I was there with the other Pakistani people, right? Yeah. And so it was weird. People would treat me the same way. It was crazy. Yeah.
I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
I was just a wee lad.
So old.
And I remember in that morning just hanging out with like our buddies. We would always get to school and hang out before class, and just I was very, very excited to listen to POD's Satellite album that just came out that
20th anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, I had that
just
too.
Came out that fucking day. My buddy Furman had it burned already somehow because hackers and shit.
Hacker.
Anybody named Furman.
Yeah. I only heard it live at that point. That morning I heard Boom, I believe. But I was like, damn, I can't wait to hear the rest of it. Yeah, dude, in lunch we had lunch together. I'll fucking show it to you in lunch. I never listened to it that day. So I was like, oh fuck. So anyway, I went to the 5th period, which was this class called IPC, basically freshman science. Okay. And we were just in there bullshitting, and then our teacher, I remember this was his last year teaching. He was an old retired guy, kind of a senile, mean old man, but cool, Mr. Bobbitt. And he was just like, him and another lady came in. And was like, guys, I have to tell you something. Terrorists have hijacked the plane, and they hit it. They hit the World Trade Center, and I was like, "Oh."
A lot of things were new to you. What's like, terrorist?
I was like, "What the fuck is the World Trade Center?"
and Travis, I'm not from New York, so I don't give a shit. Which is fine.
I just didn't know. I was like, "Oh, damn, that sucks." That's it. Yeah, it was only one at a time, and then that's just like right when the class started. And so the rest of the class, we just did our thing or whatever, and nothing spoke of it. It was a science lab, so like we're kind of isolated from everything. We come out 5th period and the 6th period, fucking everyone's going bananas in the hallways. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Pentagon,
yeah, I'm just like, I get to my 6th period class. My 6th period teacher was like a typing class, but my teacher was crying. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, and they wheeled in the fucking TV. And then they were showing the fucking 2nd plane going in, the towers, and then they're saying the Pentagon. And there at that time, there was another fucking plane that had no idea where it was. And we were like, we live in Houston, the fucking plant.
Yeah, I remember
I go
that
to
was
Milby,
a thing
I'm
here.
right next to the fucking plant.
That was a thing here.
God, like, I remember being scared out of my fucking mind, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, holy fuck. And then my 6th period class was at the front of the school, and it had like a window where it showed like the whole front, like the courtyard or whatever. And I was just watching everyone, like a bunch of parents just out of nowhere come in, and they were calling kids' names over the intercom, like, Juanito Fernandez, your dad is here to pick you up, something like that, right? And I was like, my 6th period class was halfway of watching the news, my teacher, Miss Stovall, crying her ass off, and me just being like, I don't have any friends in the class either, because I was a fucking 9th grade weirdo, right?
Yeah.
And I was a little rocker
Still
kid.
Weirdo.
Yeah, I was a rocker kid, right? So I didn't have not one friend in that class.
Yeah.
So I was just like, and mind you, it was like the 2nd week of school. So I definitely didn't have any fucking friends.
Was it?
It was right. It was a week after
back
Labor
then.
Day,
School started in September. Yeah.
Maybe it was like the 3rd week of school or something like that. But yeah, school had just started. It was after Labor Day. It was a week or whatever. So I was like, okay, fuck. I was still relatively new as a fucking freshman, and I was just looking out the window, watching everybody. I'm just like, my dad's at work. I didn't have a cell phone. It's 2001. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm fucking scared. I'm always been like the nervous Nelly in general. You know me, I'm fucking very paranoid. So I'm like, fuck. 6th period ends. I walk my fat ass all the way back to the back of the school on T-Shacks where my 7th period class was algebra. So I was like, fuck. Literally, as soon as I walked through the door, my teacher, who was from Iran, Ms. Gold, she was not having a good day that day.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and I sat down fucking put my bappy down. Arnaldo Ramirez like, fuck! I was like, why couldn't you go 5 minutes ago? I was walking my bitch ass all the way back. I was more pissed off at that. I was like, man, I gotta walk my ass. And it was like September, so where like hoodie season had just started, but it was that wear a hoodie in the morning, stuff it in your backpack by midday. So I was like sweating my ass out with my hoodie and shit like that. So whatever, my mom picks me up and I'm just like, I told her, are we going to Mexico? Like, we're leaving, right? We're not fucking staying here, right? We're about to go to war. My mom was like, I don't know what's going on. So we go to my house and I'm watching
that.
Yeah.
Go to Mexico.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching it on the news. And I'm like, oh my fucking god! Like, I see the image that I'll never forget is the one where the towers fell, right? And it's a shot. And it's so like the plume, the smoke, or whatever, fucking dust is coming this way, and it turns a building and comes at the camera like a fucking monster. I was like, this is shit you see on the fucking movies, dude. And I was talking to my wife about this last week, and like, because she doesn't like watching this stuff. I'm a
9/11 fanatic too.
Before here, I watched 4 hours of fucking 9/11 shit. So I was like, I'm on fucking right now, like whoa, right now, and. Just the shit of watching on national television, fucking bodies just flying out.
Yeah, I remember seeing
it's not HBO.
We're living a fucking movie right now, and it's weird. 20 years later, it still feels like a movie. Like it still feels like, damn, that actually fucking happened. I'm not scared of horror movies. I've never been a horror movie buff guy, but I'll sit there and watch fucking hours of 9/11. And then, of course, later on, teenager me discovered loose change and Bush did it and shit, all that kind of conspiracy theories and shit.
Jet fuel bending beams.
Older me now doesn't even give a shit if it was inside or out. Older me just like, damn, that's sad. People fucking died. Zelina Vega's dad died. Pete Davidson's dad died. Like, people that fucking went it.
The Yellow Ranger died. Nobody knows this because it happened on September 11th. She died that day.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Trini?
Yeah.
She died in a car accident, right?
Yeah. But it happened that same day, and no one even knows that because all it's September 11th.
Yeah. So like that fucking day will always live like, oh my, like it was like a beginning. I treat that as like the beginning of the next phase of my life. Yeah. Because it was the innocence, and then boom, holy shit, all these other words that I never fucking heard of, and like giving a fuck about presidents and my whoop-de-whoop, just politics. Yeah, all that stuff. And that was my freshman fucking year.
Conspiracies.
Yeah. So that's cool. What about you? You're a little older than us.
Obviously. I'm a little bit of pretext.
You're a nom.
A little bit of pretext. No Way Out of Texas. Raw. WrestleMania 17. All these WWE shows that happened in Houston were live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first SmackDown ever to happen in Houston was on Tuesday. It was pre-tape. And I would say to myself, man, I wish it was live. I wish something would happen. Something would happen that it would be live.
So it's all Chris's fault.
And then I wake up Tuesday. I go to work for Ghost Days Toyota. I'm installing leather. I'm a leather installer, so cars are coming in and out.
How old were you, man? You were like, what, 19?
I graduated class of 2001, but technically through 2001, I was already working because I got hosed in high school. They told me I needed 2 credits, and then I got a credit and a half in like night high school, and then they told me after that, oh, you're still missing half a credit. So I was
So you were like 19, or still 18?
20.
I was 14.
20?
So you were 20.
Okay.
I was 6 years older than me.
I'm 20.
Okay.
I was 20. September 2001, I was 20. I go to work, and then like halfway through the day, like 10 o'clock, 10:30, cars are starting to come into the lots, but the radios are on, and that's never happens there. So we're hearing through the radio the news of what's going on, but we're just hearing things. We don't have the visuals.
Yeah.
Did you also hear at the beginning that it was a helicopter and not?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
okay.
Rewind. One little fun thing. Whenever I did see in 6th period there was a World Trade Center, what that was, my first thing out loud that I said, "Oh, those are from the Simpsons episode."
Yes.
That's exactly what I said out loud, and that's why everyone just gave me a look like.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't have any friends in that class.
So, I had tickets to SmackDown that
Mountain
Tuesday.
Dew or crab juice?
Take the crab juice. I had tickets to SmackDown. I was working at Ghost Days Toyota that night. I had a second job at that time too. I was laying tile with my partner and one of my teams, Wilfredo, and I was telling him, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to work tonight because I'll go to SmackDown."
What was his last name?
Alvarado.
Okay.
And he's like, no, man, just come work with me and make some money. That show's not going to happen. And then as the day went on, I found out that it was canceled. And that night I'm laying tile and that's when I actually get to see video of everything that happened. And it blew my fucking mind. I had no idea.
See, so everyone I've ever known has been my age or around my age. I've never really asked anybody who's older. I'm not saying you're fucking like generations older than me, but you were already a working class citizen and I was a fucking kid in school.
Yeah.
So my thing is we all knew because TVs were in school and people this and that. And like if I was your age when I was 20, I wasn't even waking up till noon anyway and shit like that. So I wouldn't have that access of.
And we weren't in a digital society. We didn't have Facebook or social media or cell phones.
You had to have a TV.
Yes. Yeah.
Even radio didn't cut it. Like you could hear basketball on the radio. You could hear wrestling on the radio.
When you turn on TV, you weren't turning on Fox News to fucking to whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing this as somebody
like
who's like 20.
If you
And
go home
every channel was on.
You go home from school, The Simpsons aren't on. Family Matters isn't on. Full House isn't on. Everything was on. And the whole fucking day. And then that night, I didn't sleep. I was weighed with guilt because I felt like this motherfucker that it was my fault because I wanted SmackDown to be live. That 4,000 people died in New York for that Thursday SmackDown to be what it was when it was the first gathering and everybody being all different races and colors.
Did you go?
I was there. Yeah, I was there. Me and my 4 buddies went. We were on the bottom level. We saw Vince's speech. We heard all the weird ass speeches from like fucking Stephanie and JBL and watching all these jobber matches, which it wasn't to further storyline. It was just to lift people's spirits. And then the post show where Steve Austin went and beat up Kurt Angle, and then he's just walking around ringside asking questions. Is like, what do you do for a living? I'm a truck driver. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's goddamn truck drivers. And then goes to the next person. What are you doing? I was like, and then he challenged The Rock, and it was 60 seconds disqualification, all this. But it was the upper. Like, we needed that release after 2 days of what the fuck is going on in the world. Yeah, that you just like right now, a year and a half of fucking COVID, and the first wrestling show or the first concert or the first blunt or whatever. You just need that. You just need that escape or that release. And even now, like I've other than last year because of COVID, I've been to New York every year for the past 4 years, and
that's the goal, man.
And I know the reactions that I'm gonna have when I go, and I still make the point to go. I think that's. And it's fucked up for me to say it, but if I'm going to be honest, it's part of the reason why I haven't really killed myself, because there's that 1 or 2 spots that I can look ahead to be like, everything I'm carrying, I'm going to dump it fucking right here.
Yeah.
And when I go to those 2 holes, those 2 craters in the World Trade Center with the waterfalls coming in, I just fucking, I bawl. Because for 20 years, History Channel, Discovery Channel, all the fucking documentaries, the movies about the firefighters that were stuck in the building, United 93, everything. Dude, if there's 2 things that circle around my life in my head as far as like history, it's the assassination of JFK and it's 9/11. Anything JFK or anything 9/11, I will dive head first without holding my breath into. Yeah, and that's the moment. And when I go to New York, I make the point of the first stop is a Nintendo store. The next stop is fucking the memorial. And and every time I go, the building's either not ready or it's closed. But I want to go to the new building.
I just saw the building. It's fucking amazing.
It's beautiful, dude. It's nice.
It's really fucking like aesthetically pleasing the way they did it. They just said, "Oh, you're gonna tear on both of us? Here's this big motherfucker now." Like I was like, "Oh my!" Just in the documentary that I was watching today, because the documentary I was watching today I'd never seen. I've seen them all in 20 years. Every time I come out, I'm like, "Oh, you already seen that one." This one was like stories of like the EMTs and shit, like the firefighters. It was a 4-hour. Each hour was a different like point of view.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know how the fuck they did it, and the ones that they survived. On the 3rd episode that I saw, the first guy, he was like, "There's times where I'm crossing the Brooklyn Bridge and I see where it was, and it's not there anymore. And I think of everything that I went through that day," which one of them was saying he found this lady who was walking, and the fucking piece of the cargo from the plane fell and just ripped all of the back of her body, like skin off.
Oh shit!
And another guy fucking saw this lady who was scanning bodies, and he was putting tags on them, like deceased. That's what he was doing. And he puts tag on deceased, and she's like, "Hey, I'm not dead." He's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Her head was there, but the rest of her body was just mangled. Like there was nothing, and he was just like, "You're there." He wanted to tell her, "No, you're not. You're dead." Basically, but she was alive.
Yeah.
But she was like, "No." My last thing this lady probably ever saw was me lying to her, telling her, "Oh no, you're fine. This was a mistake. I put the wrong tag. Somebody they're coming," and they never went back for her, obviously. But like, so it's like you think of the story, you think of that person like,
damn,
who hit. It was on the 81st floor. You think of the person on the 83rd floor, like, well, chingado, like fucking. I'm not getting out of here.
Yeah,
fucking jump. You know what I mean? Like you think of like the
That's
last seconds.
what broke me. The people that jumped out the window.
I remember seeing that on TV.
I saw that
and I'm
live.
Like, there shouldn't be showing
live.
this, but fuck, this is real.
Yeah.
And everywhere else around the world, they show all the graphic shit so that this is serious. This is televised. That's fucking real.
I've never had this conversation. I forgot who I was talking to the other day about this. Like, I want to talk to somebody who's from like one of my cousins or anything like that from Mexico, who was
the outside perspective.
Exactly. Like to them, they were just like, "Oh yeah, that day sucked in America," but that night I went to go hang out with my buddies, and that night it wasn't life altering for them.
Yeah,
this was life altering for all of us.
Yeah,
like it changed the way we all saw humanity, life in general. Like it changed everything. So seeing like what they felt, because like when I see now bombings in Syria, I'm just like, damn.
I wish my grandparents were around so they could talk to me about Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
and I could bounce them off of 9/11 or people overseas. The fucking at Bataclan, the shooting during the concert, Eagles of Death Metal, they all got shot up. Yeah. People that were there that would have that kind of like that dark place that they were given. They weren't asked to have it. Like even they have that now because they were
like there in New York, just there in America.
Yeah.
Again, I feared that fourth plane. 1993 was going to come to the fucking plants in Pasadena and just blow.
You saw that it got rerouted and you don't know where it went.
And I'm just like, oh my fucking God. Like this happened.
I remember that was the thing even for months after where they were like, oh, the next city will be the ones with the refineries.
It's fucked up. I'm watching it. I was watching one of the episodes today and they were saying like, the first two hit Washington. The second two were probably both supposed to hit Pentagon, like one from each side. But because they got taken over. But in my head, I'm like, that's dumb.
I heard one was going to the White House.
In my head, but what they said was the White House is too small. There's not that many fucking people there. Yeah. George Bush wasn't even fucking there.
But it's a statement.
Yeah, of course it's a statement. But like my thing is, my fucking morbid mind, I'm like, they're stupid. They should have gone to Houston where all the fucking chemical plants and all that other shit. All that fucking was.
No, I remember that was
off the fucking map. You know what I mean? Because of all the shit, all the surrounding chemicals there, they would have been fucking all kind of fucked up shit that we're used to thinking from movies, not from real life. But remember thinking as a fortune in the backseat of my dad's truck, like,
you were scared.
Oh my fucking God, I was scared. Yeah. That was one of the last times that I can say I was like physically scared and like, there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? As an adult now and as a dad, like when I get scared of something like this, I think of, okay, what am I going to do to protect my kids? I can think of my dad thinking, what the fuck am I going to do to protect my family right now?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's nothing.
It's out of your, there's some things that are out of your control.
Yeah. So I can only imagine from different, it's always interests me different perspectives of like 9/11, man. It's just so fucking wild. Like I am glad that I'm over, and I lost a lot of friends throughout the years of my conspiracy theories and all my shits of like.
Yeah, Joe should have beat Angle.
Yeah, like I lost a lot of friends because I was very adamant, and I although I still kind of am, it just doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, people are gone.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I get emotional thinking about it because I'm like, damn, man, like no matter what, no matter whose fault it was, it fucking happened. And like,
yeah.
Like, what's the one thing I never thought of until today is when the buildings collapse, I see buildings. That's all I see. Today, as when I thought about, there's people that were in those.
Yeah, they were just.
They were in those, just boom. There was people that were at the bottom who probably just got out of the building, like, yes, I got what the fuck, and you know what I mean, like.
Oh. And there's still people suffering now with they breathed in all that fucking.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that got cancer and shit like that from all the shit that they breathed in, and it's just wild, man. Like it's a day that it's like I keep saying, it's life altering.
Yeah,
there was pre 9/11 and post 9/11. That's the world we live in.
And now they're gonna have pre-COVID and post-COVID.
I'm so tired of living through fucking moments. Goddamn. I remember being a kid and the first time they ever wheeled in for an event for us. I was in second grade when the Oklahoma City bombing happened.
Oh yeah,
and they wheeled the team in, and I was like, I remember being 7. Like, why are they showing? Because they bombed the place where the daycare was,
right?
That fucking building. And
then
when they showed,
and then they're showing it to kids.
Yeah, they showed it to kids, and they showed kids with blood. I was like, I remember being 7, like, why are they showing me this?
Yeah,
I don't need to know this. So I think of now, like my little nephew who was born that year.
Were you still in school when the Challenger went off? Did they show y'all that they wheeled
I don't remember
Challenger?
seeing the Challenger myself.
What year was that? The other thing was too young.
I don't remember seeing that.
Was that the one that happened in 03?
Yeah, the one that happened in 03.
Oh, I was in school, but it was a Saturday morning. And I remember going
because I was at work at a Coastal Bank, but if it was a Saturday, I was working.
It was in 03 that morning. I got up extra early because I was super excited because I was going to go see Kitty at Fitzgerald's. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to a fucking rock show. I was fucking 14. Fitz. Yeah, Fitz. I was like, yeah. And I remember when they were saying, like, oh, hey, there's a rocket thing. I didn't see it live, but right after it happened, I'm like, oh, shit. And then it was kind of on the same path of the 9/11, them saying, hey, there's fragments of that rocket. They're probably going to fall on the United States, like anywhere. Yeah. So I remember my dad saying, like, hey, watch out tonight. I'm like, fucking thanks, old man. Like, I'm trying to fucking see a rock show. Hey, watch out for a fucking piece of rocket that might fall and kill you.
Piece of astronaut.
Yeah, you need to be careful with that fuselage. God damn.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's all these life-altering fucking moments.
Yesterday, I actually realized this because Randy said, oh, hey, yeah, tomorrow's 9/11. I was like, oh, yeah, it's 20 years. And I was like, oh, shit. Because on October 1st, Randy and I officially celebrate being together 10 years. But we that was when we finally decided, okay, we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, right? But we had been talking a little bit before. Like I think we first started talking right before 9/11. Our first date was right after my birthday, which is 9/18. So I think our first date was like 9/20. So it's like right around this same time, 10 years ago. So it's weird. It's like we're at the 20-year mark. 10 years ago is when I met Randy. 10 years before that is when 9/11 happened. And I was telling her, it's like that decade of like 9/11 till me meeting who wind up being my wife. Yeah. That 10 years felt like so many different eras of my life happened because I like went from like high school to college and like I was studying to become a pastor and I was super into the religion thing and the Jesus thing. And then I didn't. And like my whole world changed like 3 different times during that first 10 years. And then after meeting Randy to now, that's still 10 years, but it feels like it's been the same era of my life. Yeah. You know, and it's like that feels so weird. That first 10 years feels like it's been so much longer than this last 10 years. Yeah, and it's like, oh shit, where did the time go?
I mean, Smash Mouth is right. The years start coming and they don't stop coming.
And with that,
and I'm Smash Mouth Larry.
Adios, my friends. Keep it classy. I can't fucking top that.
Oh man. Woo.